Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Jay Cutler, man.
You're Jay Cutlering it?
Jay Cutler.
It is our Friday, and Scaffolding Jesus already texted this morning, and thanks to the folks who have texted so far. He said today's his Friday as well, but he's just not telling anybody yet. So far, his coworkers aren't aware of this.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Just kind of springing on them when they least expect it. Here we go. We are happier than all hell to have the chance to welcome you to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. You're always such a terrific crowd. It is our latest F-off day. Today's our Friday. After this here broadcast, we're going to take a day or so to ourselves. We hope every last one of you bastards can get out and, find some time to chill over this here Labor Day weekend. Josh, I hope you can relax a little bit.
I'm going to do my best. I'm really looking forward to Saturday.
Are you talking about
the world's greatest radio promotion of all time?
The greatest in person? Yes.
Nick and I are going to be at Apple Ford in Apple Valley, 11 to 1. Heard from a few folks that said they're going to come out and see us, so it should be a fun event. We got food trucks. They got deals on vehicles. And it's not too often that they'll send us both out at the same time. So this will be great.
Usually clients can barely afford to pay one of us to make a personal appearance like this.
I'm thinking it must be a good time in the car business.
Apple Ford must be doing well. But, yeah, we're going to gang up on them. This will be our last opportunity today, since we're not going to be around tomorrow, our last opportunity to push the greatest in-person radio promotion of the year. Saturday, Apple Ford, Apple Valley. Stop by and see Josh and I between the hours of 11 and 1. An in-person radio promotion like never before.
Dr. P's going to show up.
What?
He wants to test drive a Mustang.
He doesn't know how to drive a Mustang.
He has a Mustang.
What?
He sure does.
Looking for a new one?
I don't know. I mean, he always kind of talks about getting something.
You know, if I do it all over again, Josh, I'd get an education.
Me too.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Me too.
Here's a guy who's got a Mustang, and he's looking to get another Mustang.
Yeah, or maybe trade his in for one. I'm not sure.
I can't even afford the Tang.
But me neither.
Let alone the Must.
And you must have an education to afford the Tang.
F me.
He, he's doing all right for himself.
Good for him.
That Dr. P.
He's a wonderful guy.
He is. That'll be fun hanging out with him.
You guys were doing nothing but just laughing your balls off together last Friday night at the Wazette American Legion, standing side by side at the food line or whatever you call it in the business, in the restaurant, the buffet line.
Yeah.
The two of you, one of you.
That was fun.
Handing out chicken carcass. And every time I looked over, one or the other out of the two of you was dumping a new joke. And then laughs, and then a new joke, and then laughs, and then a new joke.
You know, he's kind of
made me jealous.
I know. I wish you were over there more, but you had so many other responsibilities. He's a bit of a quirky guy, and it was funny. So we kind of rotated shifts, and when he became the chicken guy, he's kind of laughing because he's like, I'm a doctor. I know anatomy very well, but I'm having trouble discerning the parts of a chicken.
Right.
And then he had to kind of dissect some of it because, when you roast it, sometimes they get all stuck together.
He told me that he was having a little trouble at first when someone walked up and said, "I'll take a thigh." He had to ask them, well, which part is that?
Oh, and then they threw him off because somebody would be like, yeah, I'll take dark meat.
Yeah.
And he's like, well how can I tell? There's a breading on
right.
Here. I don't know what dark meat is.
Yeah. Well, he's a bright guy. He figured it out. So there you go. Off tomorrow. But Josh and I will be will be teaming up Saturday out there at Apple Ford and Apple Valley, and it ought to be nothing but fun.
Now, this is funny, and I hope people get this reference. Hopefully they were listening the other day on Tuesday. Blondes are just for practice, Jesus said. Apple Ford? What? Are you guys trying to drive healthy now?
You dicks.
Yeah, we were talking about the Apple Store on Tuesday, and Nick took that quite literally, thinking they sold apples.
C. Willie Miles was in, and he was telling a story about how he ran into a former Minnesota Wild player that he's buddies with at the Apple Store. And yeah, like you said, Josh, Nick thought they were, shopping for Granny Smiths.
Yeah.
Wondering why they were so healthy.
Yeah.
I didn't follow that. Oh, man. Well, if you care what I've got going on, and you likely do not, I'm off to the fair tonight.
I'm jealous of this, by the way.
I'm going to duck into
You can go.
Yeah, you can get a ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure I could, yeah.
Now that I think about it.
I'm going to duck into the grandstand and see my homeboy Daryl Hall put on a show.
I felt like a damn fool. I texted Nick last night, and I said, hey, have a great time at the show. And knowing today was our Friday, I thought it was Thursday yesterday.
I did the same thing, too.
You did what now?
Just thought yesterday I was operating under the assumption it was Thursday.
Yeah, it screwed me up.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you saying, Josh? No, I'm sorry.
Well, I felt like a fool when I texted you, and you had to say, yeah, bro, that's tomorrow
Oh, yeah,
night.
you texted me last night and said, have fun at the concert. I said, no.
And if he performs Your Kisses on My List, I wanted you to think of me at that time.
Yeah.
He does that song, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you seen him solo?
No.
Have you seen him with Oates?
Yes. And
So how long ago was that? How long ago before they were all done?
oh, they've been done quite a few times.
I thought they got back together.
They've been done quite a few times, and then they get back together, and then they hate each other, and then they get back together. This was 6 or 7 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I saw Hall plus Oates.
How were they?
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
Oates still have the mustache?
No, I don't think he was wearing the mustache.
How do you look without that thing?
The same, I guess.
I mean, the mustache is the look. You know?
I mean, he looked old.
Yeah.
They're not kids anymore, either one of them. I looked ahead at Daryl Hall's current set list. No, he does not appear to be playing my favorite Hall & Oates song on this tour, but I ain't mad. I'm going to go ahead anyway.
What's your favorite?
It's a song called Wait For Me, back from 1907.
Oh, sure.
If you want to check that out sometime, have at it. But I'm I like anything at the grandstand. I do. But to have a guy or a group there tonight that I've been a fan of for, 40 years, pretty cool. So I'm going to get on in there tonight and have a couple of Steve Weisers. And I'm sure he'll play Kiss on My List, Josh, and I will take a minute to think of old Cubby.
Would this be a good place for MILF watching?
Oh, I would imagine yes. Absolutely. Maybe even, MILF, Cougar, maybe even Sabretooth.
Really, we can get into the Sabretooth category.
Yeah. I'll tell you this much. Past grandstand shows I've been to, Lionel Richie was one where I thought that women might just take all of their clothes off while he was singing.
Oh, I could understand.
I thought that at any minute now, all of the aunts and mothers in the crowd might just get naked. They were so overwhelmed by the music and the sex appeal of Lionel. I bet you Daryl Hall can bring that kind of thing out as well.
I bet you're 100% right.
Yeah.
It'd be a perfect time to wear your Got MILF shirt that you love so much.
Got MILF. All right. Now, what the hell is this? Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson's relationship was fake.
That's too bad. I thought that was kind of cool that those guys got together. They were weird about it, and kind of they always kind of made it seem like it was funny. Did you notice that when they talk about it?
I only saw them once together in promoting the new Naked Gun movie. I saw about a 5-minute interview with the two of them. I couldn't tell you who the host of the program was. And I didn't really notice anything unusual. They behaved like I would expect an older couple to behave. They weren't terribly handsy with each other. They acted their age. They were asked a couple of questions about their relationship, and they both gave kind of a cutesy answer and kind of winked at each other. But there wasn't anything there that would have led me to believe that it was fake.
No, me neither.
So I guess this was all just a PR stunt to push the movie. I don't know. That's what the internet was saying yesterday. Who friggin' knows?
Well, it's funny because, when I saw that, I was disappointed, and then I had to question myself, going, why was I invested in that celebrity relationship? I didn't think I ever did that. But I don't know. I thought it was cool that the two of them were together.
Yeah, so this is the story that broke yesterday. Well, how could they play with my emotions like that, Cubby?
I know.
Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson.
You felt the chemistry on screen, I'm sure. You saw the movie.
Yeah, I did. And it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Speaking of that new Naked Gun movie, neither one of you have gone out to see it yet?
No.
Haven't gotten to it yet, no.
It's made over $87 million already, and it only cost them $40 million to make it. Well, that's what they're going for in the movie business, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about.
That's what they're going for.
That's why sometimes they know even if we release a horror or like horrible movie, that it might make money. They just have a small enough budget. Maybe they make $1 million on it, and that's pretty good.
Oh, right. Oh, here's a text from Not Munging or Shrimping. Jesus. Back to Hall & Oates real quick. He's asking, have I seen the movie She's Out of My League? One of the characters is in a Hall & Oates cover band. Yes, I have seen the movie. And I do remember that part of the movie. Yes, a Hall & Oates cover band.
I remember that as a funny movie.
That's all right. The blonde is absolutely stunning.
Oh,
Just
Alice Eve, yeah.
Absolute missile.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this anymore, but this was pre-knowing what we now know about T.J. Miller, but my goodness, was he funny in that movie. I thought he was very funny.
Who in the hell is T.J. Miller?
The redhead?
A guy?
Yeah, I think
I don't.
His buddy?
I just remember the scrawny main character dude.
Yep.
And the scorching hot blonde. I don't really remember any. So T.J. Miller he's a bad person?
He was that's the allegations.
Okay.
But
right, fair enough.
She was out of his league.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
She's out of most people's league.
Terrible. So when Naked Gun premiered in August, news broke that Liam Neeson was dating Pam Anderson. They were all over each other, it says here. They were all over each other at the premiere of the movie and other promotional stops that they made. Liam Neeson even said he was madly in love. He said this on the Today Show. Now reports are that they're no longer together, but there was no breakup. They were apparently never actually dating in the first place. It was pure Hollywood PR.
That's kind of weird.
That's.
Would you ever do that?
No.
I wouldn't either.
No.
I think this is a little silly, especially both of them, are established. And Liam Neeson, my goodness. Like, he doesn't need to do something like that. Although he has made some very bad movies, Liam Neeson. But
tell me some of his bad movies.
What was it? Something Cold. It was relative. They just made a sequel to it. He was like an ice road trucker, and that was pretty bad.
He was an ice road trucker?
If I remember right. Let's see.
I watched a few episodes of that reality show.
I did too. That was good, actually. That was entertaining.
That was all right.
I would never do that.
No, that would terrify me. Pure Hollywood BS to sell movie tickets. I mean, they must have really been worried about this movie. Because like you said, who would do that? Especially a guy like Liam Neeson or someone like Pamela Anderson. They're well established for years. They're both a draw. They are.
Well, yeah, nobody needed to.
No.
These weren't no-name actors dating each other.
It says here, Pamela Anderson is a pro. Liam Neeson is a pro. They knew leaning into the rumors would get attention. Well, F me.
Well, comedy movies in general have a hard time these days getting people out to the movie theaters. Like a lot of times people go out to see the superhero movies, the big blockbusters.
Really?
A comedy movie, they struggle these days. So it was kind of a risk to make this movie in general. So I guess I can kind of see why they leaned into that a little bit, just to try to hype things up a little bit, because comedy movies in general don't get people to the theaters.
They don't.
Yeah, but don't they? Isn't their budget so low that they don't really have to? I thought that was kind of the thing.
Well, big movie studios in general don't really make comedies these days in terms of just movie theater type comedies. Like the ones that get people to the theater. It's all about the action movies. It's all about the blockbuster. It's all about the established franchises.
Superheroes, certainly.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I don't follow such things. I'll take your word for it. You pick him up, you dropped him, Jesus. Has texted in on this scandal. Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson were never dating. They were just trying to sell movie tickets. You pick him up, you dropped him. Jesus' theory is they're older than dirt, the two of them. So they needed a little spark to sell the younger crowd on this movie. I don't know.
Okay, sure, they got coverage, certainly, for the relationship. But
Go
do
ahead.
you think anybody was like, I wasn't going to see the movie, but now that I know they might be dating, I got to go check that out. Does that work in any way other than just people finding out about it, maybe?
Hell, I don't know what makes people tick anymore, Josh, or makes... It's a good thing I'm not making any decisions in Hollywood. Because I wouldn't know how to do it.
Cold Pursuit was the movie, and I don't mean to offend anybody who liked it. I was just disappointed in Cold Pursuit.
Okay, what were some of the other bad Liam Neeson movies you were...
I'll have to look them up because a lot of the names you don't really remember. He's such a good actor, and I'll watch pretty much anything he's in.
I like The Gray. It's a little ridiculous, but I like The Gray. I like a survival story. I like plane crash stories. Oh, God, our plane crashed and we're in the middle of nowhere. How do we survive? That's
Taken movies.
I love how simple the plot is to those plane crash movies. Taken, I saw the first one. That was a riot.
Awesome.
I loved it.
Absolutely awesome.
The car chase scene in that construction zone, and he's pulling arteries out of guys' necks left and right.
So in his famous speech...
Speech. On the phone.
Yeah. He, the set of skills, right? Particular set of skills. He was talking. Maybe it was even during the promotion for the Naked Gun movie. He was saying he thought that speech was stupid.
Oh yeah.
And he actually talked to the director like, "This is so dumb. We can't put this in the movie." And obviously, that would have been a terrible mistake.
And again, I went and saw Naked Gun. And I want to dump this line on you again. Hopefully I can put it together correctly and deliver it properly. There was a line in the movie where Liam Neeson, his character, Frank Drebin Jr., in speaking about Pam Anderson's character, he said something like, "She had an ass that would make a toilet beg for the brown."
So gross.
And the crowd went, "Oh, Jesus." At the movie theater, the crowd went, "Oh, wait a minute. A little too early for that." It was right away in the movie, almost right. Well, I don't know what to believe in anymore.
Yeah, me too. My world has been shaken. Maybe we can help someone out this morning. A person texted in and said, this is loader operator Jesus. Went to the dentist yesterday. When he was leaving, there were 3 attractive hygienists, females, sitting at the counter. And when they said goodbye, I said, "See you guys." He said, "I've been thinking about it ever since. Am I an idiot for saying guys?"
No,
I don't think so.
No, because women refer to each other in groups as guys.
Yeah.
Well, at least I've experienced that quite a few. I'm not saying all women, but I've experienced that quite a bit. You're out with a bunch of gals, and when one of them leaves, she turns to her girlfriends and says, "Okay, guys, we'll see you later." That's a very common...
Yeah, I think that's fine. I would probably have that same thought, and I'd wonder, was that something maybe that was stupid to say? I don't think so at all.
I've had some women in my life, and I'm like Nick. They all say, "Yeah, no, that's cool." It's referring to a group of women as guys say, "Hey, guys," that's...
It's just something people say.
Mm-hmm.
I had a moment last night. I was at my son's football game, and I was telling Nick this off air. I got up from my rickety chair to go to the bathroom. And, I was kind of like, all right, I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Cubby got to go potty.
Yeah, and I just stepped wrong, and I ended up falling hard back into my chair like an old man.
Oh, no.
And so at that point, I thought, there's so many people around. Well, I got to commit.
Yeah.
I got to pretend this was my intent. So I sat there having to go to the bathroom. I gave it 10 minutes and then got back up and just ran to the porta potty. It's been a while since I've had some sort of physical comedy moronic experience. And so that was more embarrassing than what you had going on last night or yesterday at the dentist. I was just praying nobody saw that. Oh, man, I felt stupid. It's always in front of a bunch of people. It doesn't happen when nobody's around.
This has got to be a joke. Is this some kind of a... Because it's not 1988 anymore, although I wish it was. Bullet Club Jesus texted in to say, did you hear about the Hall & Oates hotline where you call a telephone number and they play you a random song over the phone for free?
Oh, yeah. Is that Callin Oates?
Callin Oates.
Callin Oates.
Come on.
Yeah, they say,
I think we've actually played that many years ago on the air.
It's like, press 1 for man-eater. Press 2 for rich girl. Press 3 for your kisses on my list.
And the song will play for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this dude meant Hall & Oates would answer the phone.
I'm sure he's talking about Callin Oates.
Callin Oates.
Callin Oates.
This is a real thing.
Yeah. At least it used to be. So Humble Jesus has checked in on the idea of calling women guys. He was at work. He was in an elevator with a couple of women. When he got out, he said, "Have a good day, ladies." And he heard one of them upset that he called them ladies.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's tough to win these days.
You don't know who you're dealing with. Can we call this number right now? Do you know how to bring up the telephone line? Can we call Callin Oates?
Yeah, let me look up the number.
And if they say, if it works, then I want to request my favorite Hall & Oates song that I was talking about earlier. Let us know if you can get there. Keep us posted. No, I have not heard of this. That is so late 80s, early 90s to have a hotline.
That's pretty funny. I hope it's still there.
I was unaware. I called the Gab line a couple times when I was a kid. What about you?
No.
The teen Gab?
I take that back. At high school and lunch once, we had payphones in our lunchroom. And so a bunch of us gathered around the phone for people to call the sex lines. Somebody would dial
sex lines.
Yeah.
Oh, I called a lot of phone sex lines when I was a kid. But I'm talking about the teen. I remember it was called Gab Teen.
I remember the commercials for those late at night.
There were many different versions of this where teenage kids just had a 1-900 or 1-800. It was free. 1-800s were free, right, Josh? Is that how it worked?
Yes.
So there were plenty of these 1-800 numbers you could call, and you would just be on a group line with 30 other people. Okay. I did it a couple times. Couldn't help it. I was a 13-year-old kid or whatever. They pumped these ads at us. They'd put cute girls up on the television. Hey, these are the girls.
They were always 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
10
just
out
like
of 10.
a kiddie version of a phone sex line. Call up and talk to these other cute junior high people your age, right? So I called, and I just sat and listened, and it was brutal. It was all just dudes, 13-year-old dudes like myself, saying wildly inappropriate things, and the girls on the line saying, "Shut up, you're gross." That's what it was. So I hung up, right?
Yeah.
I tried it again. And again, I'm just listening. And at one point, I heard a voice. He wasn't being inappropriate. He was just saying things like, "So, does anyone here like E.T. or whatever?" You know what I mean? He's, "Hello."
Oh, no. Somebody just hung up on you, Nick.
So I heard this voice just asking random questions. "Hey, do any of you girls live in the West Metro?" And I recognized the voice. And so I took a shot. I said, "Hey, you, dude, asking about E.T. in the West Metro." And the voice goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Is your name Phil?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, Nick, is that you?" And I said, "Yeah, it was one of my best damn friends."
That's hilarious.
And we both happened to call Gab Teen at the same time. And then we actually started having a conversation. And I said, "What are we doing? Hang up. I'll call you in a minute." Friggin' so what? Any luck over there with Callin Oates?
Not yet, no.
All right. Don't hurt yourself.
People are texted in the number. Do you need it?
No, I know. I got the number. I
Okay.
just trying to get it on the air.
Well, strong forearm Jesus. So then we'll go back to the question about calling people guys. Or what do you say? Strong forearm
right,
Jesus said
right.
he called the HR lady at work and said, "Oh, okay, you're the new HR lady." And he said that was the wrong thing to say. Oh, here we go.
All right, let's try this. Callin Oates. Oh, God.
2 ringy dingies?
Everyone's texted in saying it still works. Hopefully it works for us.
The subscriber you are trying to reach is not available.
Wait for me off the 79 record. Was that them?
No, I don't think so.
Did you dial 1 first?
I did.
We'll try this again later, but it's
I'll just try and call from my phone.
very interesting to me that there's still these little hotlines going around.
Let's see.
All right, you're trying with
Hopefully I was given the correct number because I'd hate to call.
Yeah. Welcome to Boner
Dana,
Patrol.
what number do you have? You looked it up?
719-266-2837.
Oh, 266? Okay, yeah, that's the wrong one. I would have just woke somebody up. 266-2837?
Yes.
And if we wake up a random person, too.
And they're going to have my phone number.
Some dude that gets... What?
Your emergency hall and Oates helpline.
What?
Oh, that's a helpline.
Okay. Will they play me some Hall & Oates
Can
or
you
not?
help me? I need some Hall & Oates.
We need help.
That's the game where they say this is you called the emergency Hall & Oates hotline.
Oh, okay. All right,
we'll try
I
that.
hung it up there. Let's try it again.
I couldn't understand if she had an English accent.
Welcome to Callin Oates, your emergency hall and Oates helpline.
Oh, my God.
To hear one-on-one, please press 1.
Which one do you want
To
to
hear it go, please press 2. To hear man-eater, please press 3.
I don't want to hear man-eater.
To hear private
Private eyes,
please
yeah.
press
They got
4.
any deep tracks?
Okay, that's all we got.
That's it? Then go one-on-one, because I know he's playing that.
Oh, I forgot what
that
number
was number
was
one.
I didn't get your response.
I'm trying,
We're
lady.
sorry. An application error has occurred.
Well, we tried.
Or let's try it one more time. Or is this bit done?
No. We don't need to,
It's F-off day.
Well, there you go. She is the damn Thursday broadcast. It is our F-off day. Oh, we'll check in with Randy Shaver a little later. But we'll take a break right now. Come back with that old stupid news here on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Welcome to NFL Flag.
Are you ready? Yeah! Are you ready? Yeah!
No matter who you are, lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field and chase something. Chase a goal.
Let's get it!
Chase the big time.
Get down, ladies!
Chase rings. Chase gold medals. Chase all of it. It's all up for grabs now. NFL Flag. Chase something. Visit NFLflag.com to find a league and start the chase today.
Former U.S. Navy SEAL Sean Ryan captures real stories about sacrifice and strength.
My biggest fear wasn't death. My biggest fear was nobody will remember me.
That motivates a lot of people.
It just made me feel invincible. Opened the steel door and just... They were all convinced, I think, that they were about to die. This rush of stress comes over me because now it's soul time.
All of a sudden, I'm saying, what is really important?
Let us reveal the truth of ourselves.
That's it.
The Sean Ryan Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I'm hearing you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I hear you. All right, by God. You know, if you were listening a little earlier, we tried Callin Oates. This was fascinating to me. By the way, Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates performing tonight at the grandstand at the Minnesota State Fair. I'll be heading out to see the show. Looking forward to it. That's what got us into a conversation on Hall & Oates. Someone texted in and said there's still a hotline you can call. It's named Callin Oates, and you can request a song from the band. 2000 and where are we at now? 25, Josh?
That's right.
And there's still these 80s, 90s style 1-800 numbers you can call. Hilarious. I had no idea. We got to talking about the teenage chat lines from the 80s and 90s. They were all over television. Gab Teen is the one that I remember, and I actually tried calling a couple of times when I was a 7th grader. Here's a text message that came in while we were having these conversations. A listener says, when I was a teenage kid, we'd hang out at a mall, in the West Metro. They had a payphone. We wrote down the number of the payphone. Then we'd go home and call it and see who would answer and then harass them. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, we used to do, maybe not the harassing part, but we certainly would call payphones.
I was big into that. So anyway, our dude here says, one day I was skateboarding down at the mall, and the payphone started to ring. I ran over and picked it up, and it was my buddy bored at home calling the payphone. I said, hey, quit calling the payphone. Get down here and skateboard with me.
Did you ever answer a payphone?
Absolutely.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't know if I was around one that ever rang.
Because I knew exactly what was on the other end of the line. It was another teenage kid looking to bust balls.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ice Auger Jesus is the guy that was skateboarding around there in the West Metro back in the day playing games with the payphone. My thing was, when I was a junior high kid, Josh, I wrote down the numbers to the payphones at my junior high. There was, I think 2 payphones in the front entrance of my junior high. I wrote those numbers down, and then this is kind of sad foreshadowing. I guess you could look at it that way. I would call that payphone, pretend to be a local radio personality, and I'm going to play you a song real quick. If you can name the song, you win $105 from Hot Rockin' 105 or 104. That was my thing. And some fell for it. Most did not.
Anybody ever win?
Yeah.
You had a couple winners.
Not many. And you know the song that I played every time?
What's that?
Burnin' Like a Flame by Dawkins.
Oh, excellent. Mm-hmm. And you really got a couple winners off that.
I did.
That was a cooler time, wasn't it?
It was.
When people would recognize that
song. When
song.
teenage kids knew Dawkins singles. So that was, I called all kinds of payphones, me and my friends, just to harass people. But that was my favorite gimmick, was pretending to be a disc jockey and pretending that $104 was on the line if someone could answer this trivia question.
You did an impersonation, but did you do what you thought was a radio voice?
Yes,
yeah.
Very pukey, very forced,
That's how it was. This person says, my sister called up a New Kids on the Block phone line. She racked up a $600 bill calling it. My parents were pissed.
Dude.
Oh, I was always tempted to call some of those lines. But I knew my dad would destroy me. I mean, my dad had such a temper, I think he probably would have disabled me.
I knew better than to call the 1-900 numbers because those cost money. But I tried every 1-800 number in the planet when I was a junior high kid. I was totally into that gimmick. And then, of course, you try to piss off whoever is on the other end of the telephone.
What about when you rented the porno and your dad found out? You obviously knew that would cost money, right?
Yeah. Back when I was living with my dad, fresh out of high school, just the two of us, I would rent movies from the Spice Channel. But I was smart about it. I would only rent the titles that might be mistaken for a real movie. Some of them were called, F Me Sideways, But others had more subtle titles, so I would rent those, and he would have no idea. He had no idea what current movies were. But there was one where he's over there fiddling with the cable bill, and he knew I worked nights, so I'd be my prime television watching was between 1 a.m. and 7 a.m. because I worked nights. So it didn't shock him to see a movie that was ordered at 4 o'clock in the morning because he knew that's when I was watching television. But one day he said, "What the hell is this that you ordered at 4 a.m. the other night? It's a movie called The Grind? What the hell is that?" And I thought that was subtle enough.
Yeah, definitely.
And I said, it's about wrestling. It's a wrestling movie, about
their travel schedule, working out.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, Nick, were you ever tempted to dial the WWF and WCW hotlines back in the day?
No, I think I was too old at that point.
I think you were probably, but I was always tempted to because, they would promise, they had some inside info about who was feuding with who and, upcoming matches and stuff. They would really sell you. I never did call them, but I was definitely tempted.
I mean, did they try to lead you to believe that William Regal or Mean Gene were going to be answering the phone or anything?
Well, it was like they said it would be like pre-recorded, but it would be Mean Gene, telling you like,
sure.
Macho Man is upset with Hulk Hogan,
right?
That type of stuff.
Sable's going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not familiar with this one. Big Bucket Mouth Jesus said, when you guys were kids, did you ever, quote, call Mars? You'd call a number, and there'd be space-like sounds playing. And then he said, God, me and my buddies were dumb. I haven't heard of that.
Hell no. Never heard of that once in my life.
I'd like to hear what that sounds like. Yeah, that's new to me. I wonder, maybe we're different ages here. Never heard that one before.
And I used to ride my bicycle just to be safe. In my mind, I was making sure that my parents would never find out. I would not call phone sex from my folks' house. Even if it was a 1-800 number, even if the number was subtle, I wouldn't take that chance. So I would ride my bicycle about 3 blocks up to the neighborhood convenience store and use their payphone to call phone sex, the free lines, where you just dialed the number and then there were women moaning and saying dirty things. It was the stupidest. But I would ride my bicycle every other day to go call this free phone sex line. And so I'd just walk up, put a quarter in the payphone, punch in the number, and then just sit there and listen to this dirty talk. I needed that in my life at that time. But you had to pretend you were talking to somebody, right?
Of course.
And I would do that. I'd be like, hey, what's up, Donnie? Well, yeah, I'm just up at the convenience. Anyway, one day I went up there, put a quarter in the machine, punched in the number, put the phone to my ear. I'm pretending to have a conversation. I'm not. I'm listening to a porno soundtrack or whatever. And about a 20-year-old guy pulls up in his car, sees me standing there. So I put the act on extra heavy for him. I didn't want him to think I was dialing up porno. And the guy gets out of his vehicle. He's going inside to buy a pack of smokes or whatever. Gets out of his vehicle, walks past me and goes, phone sex, huh?
He knew what was going on.
He friggin' knew.
Were you ever tempted to call the psychic Miss Chloe back in the day?
No.
Oh, really?
Cleo.
Sorry, yes, Cleo.
No, hell no. I don't believe in any of that psychic crap, so I would never have been drawn into that.
Every once in a while, I'd be like, I wonder what she knows.
You considered it?
I thought about it. She was so compelling, and her accent. I loved her accent.
We're starting the stupid news with the friggin' Iowegians. Man. There's just nothing we can do to help them. All you can do is just step aside and be a witness to the show. Friggin' Iowegians, right, Cubby?
Yeah, I know people have tried. It just, nothing seems to take.
This Iowegian gal is going to have to put in some time at the ladies' jailhouse in a place called North Liberty, Iowa. A drunk lady was running around a gas station asking folks if they'd blow into her motor vehicle's interlock device so she could drive out of there. Drunk off her ass. She was asking folks to blow into her interlock machine so she could drive home.
I had a friend that did that once. He asked his kid to blow into that thing. His kid was young enough not to know any better.
Yeah.
But since then, people have said there's cameras. Is that true? Or
the last dude that I saw with one of those interlock devices, I believe he said there was a camera, but this was a good 10 years ago. I could be wrong.
I've heard that. I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't messing around at that point, so he wasn't really talking about any sneaky ways around it. But I've certainly known some people who cheated that system back in the day before it became as high tech as it is now. I don't remember if there were cameras.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm not going to give this person's name, but they said, I'm looking at a camera right now as we speak while driving into work. Okay, so they do have those. Few people, thank you. People are texting in saying that's the case. My mom's an Iowegian, so they're not all goofy. What's that face you're making?
I'm just looking around the room.
Oh, okay.
I'm just wanted to make sure that we have enough chairs here.
Actually, my grandparents from both sides, Iowegians.
Boy, that explains a hell of a lot.
Doesn't that really?
It really does.
Does that clear some things up
It
for you?
absolutely does.
Nick and I made hard eye contact as soon as you said that, Josh.
Dude.
You guys did. You guys are a couple of jerks.
I mean, friggin' Iowegians. They're iffy. Every damn last one. So anyway, this gal running around the gas station looking for someone to blow into her interlock device so she can leave. She's drunk. the Iowegian cops roll up. They found the gal, 34-year-old number called Kristen. She's sitting in the driver's seat of a running vehicle, so it sounds like she got somebody to help her. She was the only one in the car. She smelled like booze. Her eyes looked like two piss holes in a snowbank, as my dad used to say. She was talking like she was hammered. Of course, she told the police that she hadn't had a single thing to drink. But then she gong-showed her field sobriety tests. So, yeah, that didn't even dawn on me when I first read the story. Her vehicle was running, so she must have found somebody to start the vehicle for her. It's just lucky the cops showed up when they did. It says here when she spit into that breathalyzer machine, it turned up a .35 something.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
So she was pickled. By God, pickled. So long, lady. Apparently, she has had 3 prior OWIs.
You know, her mugshot kind of says, "Welp, here we go again," doesn't it?
Yeah, she looked a little tuned up.
Yeah, like above her lip, there was something going on.
So maybe she put up a fight, or she did one of those Ric Flair face down type deals once she hit that .35 skis. The last of my friends to go through the interlock device, he and I were going up to Brainerd together for the races. He's driving. I'm the passenger. He's got the interlock set up. And he told me, because I was very interested in, the latest technologies involved in such a thing. It's about 10 years ago. And I was asking him how it worked, and he said if the vehicle is running every 20 minutes, he has to blow into the thing, or he gets a phone call, and they know his location, and they'll come get him. That's how serious it was.
Wow.
So
is that? I'm sorry, maybe you don't know. Is that common? Is that?
Well, this was his 3rd or 4th
Okay,
DWI.
so maybe just when you get like that.
It was pretty serious. Every 20 minutes, if the vehicle's running, he's got to blow into the thing. A little alarm goes off. He's got to blow into the thing. And if he doesn't, within 2 minutes or something, he gets a phone call from his probation officer or something saying, "Okay, dude, where the hell are you? What are you doing?" So we get to Brainerd. It had stormed like hell the night before. The whole campground's underwater. We're trying to find a place to camp, but it's underwater. So we're driving. He's driving slowly around the campground. And at one point, we both got out of the vehicle to inspect this campsite to see if we could possibly put up our tent and whatnot. And we're standing there, talking, all the while the vehicle's running. And suddenly my buddy goes from this casual conversation about where we're going to camp to sprinting back to his vehicle. Because it dawned on him, he's hit that 20-minute mark. Sure as hell, his phone is ringing. And he's like, no, I'm fine. I stepped out the vehicle. I'll blow right now. I'm good. It was he was on call.
Boulder Rolling Jesus said they're all like that now, where you have to do it every once in a while. So I just thought of something. Did we just catch my friend in a lie? Because this is about 2014, 2015-ish, and he told me that story about his son, having his son blow into it once.
Okay.
If there were cameras back then, he's full of crap.
Yeah, if there were cameras back then, he is full of crap.
He needs to be punished.
You hanging out with a bunch of liars?
I guess so.
Is it an Iowegian?
No. It's not Iowegian.
Now, this would piss me off right quick. Remember when you were a kid at your high school beer party, and you and your pals spend all night draining Steve Weisers until you've created a 3-story tall beer pyramid, and it's just glorious. And then some jabroni walks up and knocks it over because they think they're funny.
Yeah, that was annoying.
I never saw it in person, but I've seen it in movies. That would be annoying if, like you said, you guys built that together.
You put in all that work, and then some jabroni thinks it's funny to knock it over, and there's 300 beer. This here story gives me the same vibes. In a town called Lacey, Washington, a dude busted his bag to build a beautiful retaining wall along his property. Did it all by himself. His wife is probably up his ass the entire time, right, Josh? It's probably hot outside. But dude got it done. Kiss my ass, he says. I did it myself. I built myself a retaining wall, right? The next day, a derelict in his neighborhood got drunk, stole a car, and crashed the vehicle into that dude's brand new wall and turned it into effing dust.
Can you imagine, like, some of your buddies haven't even seen it yet?
Right.
You're like, hey, you got to come check this out.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool, come by tomorrow. My brand new retaining wall.
Hey, bring a level. I want to show you how perfect it is.
And a drunk bag of garbage stole a car, crashes into the wall gone. Oh, I'd come uncorked.
Yeah, he effed that thing up good. How did he miss the There's a basketball hoop right there. He must have. I mean, I'm trying to figure that out. Do you see? It's like pinned between the basketball hoop and the retaining wall.
I don't know how he missed the hoop.
Yeah, he must. It was like the perfect angle he must have had. I think this is up on 93x.com. If not, it will be.
It's just somebody's getting choke slammed. If that were me. The derelict or derelicts who got drunk and stole the car, they were pretty quickly batoned and arrested, but that doesn't build that wall back up for our homeboy, does it, Josh?
No, maybe, well, these guys probably suck at pretty much everything. I was going to say maybe the judge could say, hey, guess what you're doing for community service?
Well, that is a possibility.
Maybe they have that happen.
F me running. You know what I'd do if I was the guy who built that wall, only to see it cracked in half the next day by a drunk car thief? You know what I'd do?
What would you do?
I think I'd take out my frustrations at the local motocross track. That would be me.
Oh, keep going. Do you think anybody would call the cops so we've got a dirt bike track a few blocks away? What if I just went up and down the dirt bike track doing that in front of all the teenagers?
Do it, bro.
Please do that, Josh. And let me know when it happens.
Oh, I think the news might cover that. Middle-aged moron must have been drunker on something.
This weekend, I think, supposed to be beautiful weather. This weekend, Josh, I think would be the perfect weekend for you to wing-da-ding-ding-bah your way around that friggin' motocross track.
Jumping off the jumps.
Did you hear me going, though? I was really going.
Oh, yeah.
I was going over some...
It was perfect.
Here, I started it up.
Backyard
It's
haircut.
a little bumpy there.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. But you're probably standing up there, at the end.
Yeah.
Backyard haircut, Jesus said, that guy drives like Rudy Gobert plays basketball. Wrecking stuff and missing the hoop.
F me. I'll tell you what. I don't know about YouTube plugs, but I've never heard of the Burning Man Orgy Dome. But it does sound interesting.
Yeah, news to me.
The Burning Man Orgy Dome. Now, I've heard of Burning Man. Isn't that some week-long outdoor concert with just the worst music imaginable?
Yes.
Yeah, and don't they burn that giant man?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They
like
burn?
a man made out of sticks?
Oh, no. I didn't know. I didn't understand
think that's the one.
The origin of the name. Just the worst music imaginable, and it's a 3-week long. And because the music is so bad, everyone drops acid and they end up rolling around in the dirt. I think that's kind of sums up Burning Man.
Yeah, you've got it.
Says here, folks hanging out at this year's Burning Man show, which is, I think, happening right now out there in Nevada, those folks are going to have to find a new place for a group bump because the infamous orgy dome that they have set up over there got sucked off by a terrible storm. She gone. They say it's gone like my name was Ron. Sucked up into the sky by a terrible storm. Orgy dome. No more.
Divine intervention or just bad luck. One of the two. So, Orgy Dome. I like the Thunderdome. How many people enter and then how many people leave? Like the Thunderdome, 2 enter, 1 leaves.
Oh, at the Orgy Dome, a good 30, 35 people.
Is it also all men just like in the Thunderdome?
I haven't been in there yet, but I'd like to take a look. I would.
I wouldn't mind being able to see what's going on. I don't want to participate.
Ride your motorbike into the.
Oh, I did bring it.
Oh my God. He rode right through it.
Oh no.
He rode right through it.
I got a little on him.
Some of it got on him.
Oh, no.
But he's racing around on his bike. He doesn't care. But some of it got on him. The Orgy Dome was a large, this is how they put it, a large tented, air-conditioned setup. Beds in there, and folks could walk smooth in and fold each other in half during the show. Jesus, back in my day, we just used the porta potties.
Oh, yeah, I did that once, and I'm embarrassed by it.
These young people are a little more high maintenance, I guess. You went into the porta potty, didn't you?
Yeah, and an Edge Fest.
And you bumped.
Yeah, one of the Edge Fests before I ever worked here.
What was the positioning there? You were sitting on the toilet?
Yeah, sitting on the toilet.
Was she facing a pimp or facing away from a pimp?
Facing a pimp. I don't have enough for her to face away from me. You know what I'm saying? I think you need more length for that.
Oh, do you? Did you smell poo and knew where it was coming from?
I've had that happen where I wasn't sure.
Where the hell is that coming from? Not for nothing, but I know that wasn't me. You smelled poo, didn't you?
I don't remember. I'm sure we did.
You remember?
No. I had. I think I had half a wine cooler that day. So
whoa,
I was out of my mind.
The Burning Man Orgy Dome was built, 22 years ago. But now a storm came through, and it beat it to death. From what I can understand here, the Burning Man program is up and running, and it keeps going until next week sometime.
Would this ruin our frequency? Electric Jesus wants me to do the dirt bike sound with the orgasm guy and the Chinese guy lighting their butts on fire.
Holy!
I think we have to try.
Is that going to be an FCC violation?
Now, can I, if you don't mind, it's been so long since we heard the Chinese kids lighting each other's farts. I would first like to hear that on its own because it's so perfect.
Sure.
Could we? So Chinese kids lighting each other's farts.
Yep.
Get it real quick.
Which is the most fun, in my opinion. That is the most fun any group of friends has ever had together.
Yeah, I like the pure joy on their faces.
They're creating memories together.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go wing ding ba.
Yep.
Long orgasm and the lighted Chinese farts.
Yeah.
All at once.
I mean, is that cool?
I'm going to hang on to something.
All right, everybody.
You go ahead.
Dana, get ready to answer phone calls from the FCC.
Oh, wait, and at the very end, the karate dude who kicks the other.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah.
Okay,
We can do that. Here we go.
We can't add any more.
This has never been done on the radio before.
All right.
This is a first. Here we are.
I think the most perfect 20 seconds in radio history.
I climaxed.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable.
How could you not?
And now people are saying, and kangaroo panties, and Hulk Hogan saying yes, and the, it doesn't matter. That was a lot of fun, Josh. You got a skill set. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, no, that's all electric Jesus.
You got a skill set, and you got a lot of heart. That's what makes that happen.
I can't take any credit for that.
You whip.
Get it real quick.
That's that clip from We Want Watergate.
The most fun any group of friends has ever had together was those kids right there.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
That's well hit. High and deep to right center field. Back in the gap is Varsho, and that is gone. And there is a leadoff home run for Byron Buxton. 7th time he's done that this season. 16th career leadoff home run. And the Buck Truck alive and well here in Ontario. It's 1-0.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. go. Give the man a round of applause, will you?
That was magical.
That's between 4 computers. I looked like a pianist.
Kangaroo panties.
Whoa.
That one didn't fire for me.
We asked Cubby to put together his sound effects masterpiece. That was it. That was magical, Josh.
Wish I had more arms. Did you see the moving around there?
You were
That's exhausting.
like a DJ mixing up sounds over there at the club. That's what you were looking like. By damn. What happened there? Byron Buxton hit a home run to lead off last night's game, and the Twins had a lead, but they wet their pants. They wet their pants late in the game. By the way, listener texted in, Josh, to say sometime around the year 20 and 31, that motorbike bit will start to get a little old.
Just a little at that point?
There's something about it that's just so perfect.
I know.
I can't get enough. All right, real quick. Here's what's going on. Because we got plenty of time with Randy Shaver starting at 7:30 to go back and forth, this way and that. I mentioned the Twins already. They start a series tonight at home against the San Diego Padres. The Vikings did go ahead and make a trade to bring that Adam Thielen character back to the Vikings ball club. Some folks have smooth fallen down and touched themselves over that.
They seem pretty excited, the Thielens. You know, they posted on social media. Everybody was pumped.
By God, they're just excited as all hell.
They sure are.
And you know what? Tonight, Josh, game 1 for my favorite college football club tonight, the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. Bruh. And get some. That's the slogan I hear every year.
Get some? I love we already got some get some text this morning.
They're taking on someone called the University of Buffalo this evening over there at the home ballpark. I got a couple bros who are going to I really do enjoy watching Golden Gopher. So that's a thing. That is a friggin' thing. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Josh's news report here in a few minutes.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
I'm Paula Pan. I help people make the smartest money decisions possible because let's face it, money's too important to wing it.
What you'll hear is a couple money geeks sitting and talking about this stuff that we're so passionate about.
You name it, anything that's on your mind. Retirement debt, student loans, saving for college.
It's a personal finance journey. It is a wide-ranging squirrel conversation about the topic of personal finance and good financial planning. Super fun.
Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
So, I was just at church, and I heard something like really loud. Like I thought it was fireworks in the church, and then I saw the shooting.
Earlier today, just before 8:30 a.m., our city experienced an unthinkable tragedy. Minneapolis police officers responded to a report of a shooting at a mass that was happening at the Annunciation Roman Catholic Church on the block behind me.
During what should have been a celebratory start to the school year, you've heard what happened. Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis was the scene of a school shooting. A shooter opened fire during Mass, killing 2 young children and injuring at least 17 others.
These were American families, and the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary. These kids were literally praying.
The attack happened on only the 3rd day of classes. Of those hurt, police say 14 were children. The victim who lost their lives were just 8 and 10 years old. They were sitting in the church pews with their classmates when they were fatally shot. Minneapolis reported the assailant was armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. The shooter approached the side of the church, fired through the windows at those inside, and later committed suicide. Police revealed the shooter may have been a student there in 2017, and the suspect's mother had worked at Annunciation for 5 years before retiring in August 2021. They were not known to have a criminal history before the attack, though a 20-minute video manifesto was posted to YouTube shortly beforehand. Story of heroics have been filtering out in the day since the tragedy.
It was like shots fired, and then we kind of like got under the pews. They shot through the stained glass windows, I think, and it was really scary.
In one case, a 5th grader described how his friend saved him during the shooting.
Within seconds of this situation beginning, our teachers were heroes. Children were ducked down, adults were protecting children, older children were protecting younger children. And as we heard earlier, it could have been significantly worse without their heroic action.
My friend got hit in the back.
Did he go to the hospital?
Yeah, he went to the hospital.
What went through your mind when you saw that?
I was super scared for him, but I think now he's okay.
As shots rang out and glass shattered, the students ducked under the pews, sitting just 2 seats away from the stained glass windows. He felt what he thought was gunpowder on his neck, the kid you just heard there. In that moment, his friend lay on top of him to shield him from harm and was hit to protect his friend. Yesterday's tragic shooting was one of several acts of violence in Minneapolis since Tuesday afternoon. 3 other shootings, including one at a Jesuit high school, left 3 more people dead and 7 injured. The MPD said there was no evidence linking yesterday's tragedy to the other incidents. And those attacks come as schools across the country are welcoming students back for the year. A troubling trend of false alarms have shaken many communities. At least a dozen colleges have faced hoax calls of active shooters recently, some even including the sounds of gunfire in the background.
What words can you even come up with?
Heartbreaking, certainly. I mean, loss of innocence.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kids will never be the same.
It's just over and over and over and over again.
It shouldn't become ordinary. This is a story we keep telling.
Yeah, that's what has me. I'm furious. I'm so effing burned out on this crap. It's insane. It's ridiculous. They're little kids having to duck for cover in school, church, whatever the situation was yesterday. And we keep having to do this over and over again. It is so pathetic, and I just don't understand how we got here. Why is this the answer to so many people's problems?
You know, parents dropping their kids off shouldn't have to wonder if they're going to come home safe from school. You know, that's where we are.
Exactly.
You're concerned about a copycat or another person. They choose cowardice and evil because this is evil over getting help. Every parent feels it. Yeah. Every parent wonders, you know, I got to drop my kid off at school today. What's going to happen? And no parent should ever have to bury a child ever for any reason, but especially not like this. That's not their choice.
I don't get it.
Those people should not be able to choose.
You're right. You're right. I'm just beyond pissed. So spent on this.
This is tough, and it affects everybody. Obviously, those poor families who got that phone call yesterday, hearing about their kid being killed, those
brutal.
The students, they got to watch their friends die in front of them.
It's beyond anything I could have imagined, and we're with you folks. Families who were caught up in this yesterday, we're with you. You know, we're the type of program that likes to be an escape from the bad, and yesterday was bad. And we will continue to be that program, but that doesn't mean we're not sitting here feeling the pain that everybody's feeling today. This is just, something has got to be done. That's just all there is to it.
How about some good news to lighten the mood?
Right.
A little bit, if we can get some. We got a hero in our midst. A 19-year-old Hy-Vee employee is being hailed a hero after saving a man's life with the Heimlich maneuver last month. The frightening moment happened during a store event where customers were enjoying food in the parking lot. In the middle of that gathering, the teen heard a woman shouting for help. Her father was choking. Without a moment's hesitation, the man rushed over to the other man and began performing the Heimlich.
As soon as the audio cue went off, I ran immediately straight towards the man and started performing the Heimlich. It took maybe 10, 15 seconds, like 6 or 7 stomach pumps, and then the food was dislodged and it was over.
Even though he never had any formal training, he later explained what he'd learned in school was enough to guide him. The choking guy, who's in his 80s, walked away in his own power, and the young employee quietly went right back to work. His manager said the kid's not someone who looked for attention, but his life-saving actions weren't going to go unnoticed.
He definitely didn't want any attention or to be brought out. He just thought it was just another thing, but I had to tell him, no, that is a big thing. You know, you're responsible for saving somebody's life.
The store made sure to celebrate him, naming him Employee of the Month and hosting a ceremony in front of his family and coworkers. He even received a personal letter from the company's CEO, and news of his quick thinking was shared with all Hy-Vee's nearly 90,000 employees.
You know, every time I eat with you, Josh, I tell myself, I got to learn the Heimlich maneuver.
I don't blame you. I've mentioned many times, it's going to be an apple that kills me.
You are a big, disgusting eater.
I am.
And I need to learn the Heimlich.
And thank you, by the way. Yes, I am.
Because
I am.
When I watch you eat, I think, oh, that bite's not going to go down.
Especially, I'm telling you, it's apples. I can't figure out how to eat. You know, maybe I need my mom to cut them up like I did when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I
worry about, does your wife know the Heimlich maneuver?
Yes, she's trained in life-saving skills, and as a matter of fact, she's had to use them, unfortunately, at her work several times.
Because one day...
Nobody has survived, but she does have that
So
training.
She's not great at it.
No, and as a matter of fact, she has accidentally killed people who weren't in any distress whatsoever.
I'm telling you, she better be ready, because there's going to come a day, Josh, where that Arby's sandwich does not get all the way down, and she's going to have to dive on you. So just please be careful.
What about your kids, Josh? Because you often talk about how they're your biggest bullies. Do you think even if they knew the Heimlich maneuver, they would do it, or they just be like cracking jokes while you're choking on a roast beef from Arby's?
Oh, no, they call me a wimp. Yeah, they're not going to do anything. Although, let's just say this. One of them was not allowed to chew gum at a friend's house growing up because she would choke constantly. Ice cubes have almost killed her, gum, so she can't say anything.
You take such big bites, at times it looks like your jaw is going to disconnect from your skull.
Yeah, I have the jaw of a snake.
Yeah.
I can, reticulate? I can get that thing as big as it needs to be.
And your eyes bulge out of your skull?
Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's not my fault. I grew up in a huge family. I had to eat as fast as possible. Otherwise, somebody was going to steal the food off my plate. And if you wanted seconds, you better get those bites in quick. Yesterday morning in Georgia, a dozen school kids and their bus driver got more than a wake-up call.
Let me guess, naked guy.
No, but we got some of that coming up.
Oh, okay.
Their bus pulled the disappearing act. 6:50 a.m., the rear end of the canary-colored kid carrier dipped dramatically into a gap mid-intersection, proving that sometimes the wheels on the bus go round and down.
You mean like a sinkhole swallowed them up?
That's exactly right.
Holy balls.
I don't know why the city decided to say, well, it's not technically a sinkhole because this was more of a man-made disaster. It was a aging stormwater drainage infrastructure, they called it, near a manhole, and it just...
Sinkhole is a little easier to say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. I don't know why they chose to... I mean, we all understand what a sinkhole is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, almost took out the bus. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. That photo's on 93x.com.
Your mouth is a sinkhole. That's what it looks like when we have lunch together.
A Georgia man thought it was a good idea to order himself DoorDash and then greet the delivery driver completely naked.
There we go.
When they arrived at his door. Yeah, you knew it wasn't going to be too long.
No.
So much so, he's accused of doing it more than once and on the same night. Before long, there was a third knock on his door, but this time from the cops. They'd been called after two female delivery drivers reported an unwelcome surprise. Frederick Riley answered his door without a stitch of clothing. One of the women even claimed he invited her inside, to which he declined.
Yeah, it's not a porno, dude.
Yeah, smartly.
He asked the driver to come inside.
Yeah, you like what you see? There's more of this in there.
Come on in. Step right aside. Step around my penis and balls. Come on in.
So the reports didn't seem so far-fetched when female officers arrived and decided to test it. One in particular, she knocked and called out, DoorDash. It took 65-year-old Riley a moment to come to the door, but when he did, sure enough, he was naked again. This third fleshy greeting was caught on the officer's body cam, and it wasn't the only piece of evidence police had. One of the drivers was able to snap a picture of him at the front door, and he was fully naked, flashing an all-access pass to his penis.
One of the delivery drivers was able to get a picture of him standing in the doorway, fully naked.
On video, he looked genuinely shocked when they told him he was going to be charged with public indecency.
I mean, I talked to one, but that was like 6 hours ago, and that was just a delivery. But, okay, well, you're getting arrested for public indecency. Public indecency? Yeah.
Riley evidently believed in America you could answer the door however you pleased. You can't. He was charged with 2 counts of indecent exposure for the 2 separate DoorDash delivery greetings.
Gross.
Yeah, yuck. While in bed with a man, a Florida woman's accused of some passionate squirting. But unfortunately for the unlucky bastard, the passion was pure rage, and the hot stream of liquid was pure acid.
Oh, no.
Investigators described the attack as likely premeditated, saying the 50-year-old suspect intentionally poured acid onto the victim while he lay in bed. They haven't revealed exactly what the relationship was between the two, only calling it a domestic incident.
That's really uncool.
Yeah, definitely. They've combined privates in the past, is the speculation.
Acid.
Shockingly, it was the woman herself who called police. After barricading herself behind the bedroom door following the attack, she dialed 911, and she reported what happened. Officers say evidence gathered during the investigation suggests the act wasn't spontaneous, but planned.
What do you mean, like battery acid?
They didn't say specifically.
Jesus.
When police arrived, they found the man suffering from severe chemical burns, requiring him to be airlifted to the hospital, but he did survive.
Put her away forever.
Police in Tennessee say a routine parking job turned into a chemical-laced carjacking last week. A 52-year-old man told officers he and his neighbor had just pulled in about 1 p.m. Thursday when trouble rolled up behind him. A dark-colored sedan with 2 men and a woman pulled in close, too close. 2 guys hopped out, yanked him from the passenger seat of his Ford Focus, and used a chemical agent to give him the kind of face blasting your mom took in a porno.
What the hell did you just say?
I'm just reading it as written. Don't be mad at me. The thieves sped off in his Focus with their sedan trailing behind. By Friday, the crime spree took a swipe at his wallet, too. Surveillance video caught 2 women using the victim's credit card at a Sam's Club. This week in theaters.
Believe it. In theaters, he says.
Yes. There's a mix of gritty thrills, offbeat heroics, and sharp-edged drama. Kicking off the lineup is a tense crime thriller set in the seedy corners of 1990s New York. Caught Stealin' follows a burned-out former baseball player navigating a brutal criminal underworld he never imagined. Abject terror. The film stars Austin Butler, Bad Bunny, and Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, Austin Butler, the guy who played Elvis.
Yeah, the Elvis guy. Next up, an unlikely hero gets an outrageous reboot, once dismissed as unsellable when it premiered 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
The Toxic Avenger finally hits theaters.
What? I had no idea they were bringing back the Toxic. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
This movie's actually been in works for a decade, and when they premiered it at like Cannes or one of those film festivals, everyone said, you're not ever going to be able to show this movie. It's too disturbing, but they figured it out.
So is it a comedy, dark comedy like the original?
That was that's my understanding. I haven't seen the original, but it made it seem like that.
Oh, the original is grotesque, and that's part of what I loved about it. But the original was for, 84, 85, so the special effects, I'm sure, by today's standards would look terrible. I had no idea. I'm a Toxic Avenger fan.
After a freak toxic accident, a downtrodden janitor transforms into a grotesque yet oddly inspiring vigilante.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Huh?
Yeah, I love that guy. Jacob Tremblay.
Is he Melvin the Mop Boy, Peter Dinklage?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But I have to double check. Elijah Wood and Kevin Bacon all star.
Maybe Elijah Wood is Melvin the Mop Boy. At least that was the character in the original. I don't know if they've altered the name, but wow. And that's a pleasant surprise, Josh.
For those craving some dark domestic drama, Benedict Cumberbatch and Kate McKinnon star in The Roses, where a tinderbox of competition and resentments underneath the facade of a picture-perfect couple is ignited when the husband's professional dreams come crashing down. It's Seniors' Day again.
Oh, nice transition.
If you're 65 and older and craving more State Fair fun, admission will cost you $15. For 25 years, Gary Reuter from the University of Minnesota Bee Lab has wowed crowds by placing 10,000 live honeybees on volunteers' faces.
God, that wouldn't be me.
He creates the living beard of bees, and he's back again this year.
Would you let a guy put 10,000 bees on your gorgeous face?
No. I would not. I mean, there's a part of me that would kind of want to try it, but I think I'll pass. I'd pray somebody else volunteers first. You can catch the buzz at 1 p.m. at the Horticulture Building. Later in the evening, 78-year-old rock and roll Hall of Famer Daryl Hall will take the stage at the grandstand. Nick's going to be attending that show.
That peckerhead is 78 years old.
78.
F me running.
You can also stop by and hang out with 93X at the Black Box That Rocks. You'll find brand new 93X gear, family reunion tickets to give away, and then live broadcast with Pablo, 2 to 7 today and tomorrow, and JP taking over for the weekend. Jack Black, 56 today. Stifler's mom in the American Pie movies, who's made quite the resurgence as of late. Jennifer Coolidge, 64.
Oh, she's so funny in those commercials.
Yeah, she's everywhere. I love it.
Yeah, I wonder what the difference. Did she get a new agent, or everybody just wants a little Coolidge in their life? I
think
guess
that White Lotus show on HBO was just so popular that
must be.
Yeah.
City Slickers, and then Joe Pesci's bumbling partner in Home Alone, Daniel Stern.
Oh my God!
Also the voice of Kevin on The Wonder Years. He's 68.
Daniel Stern, huh?
Is that a laugh of he's a funny guy, or
that's more of a laugh of I can't believe we're talking about Daniel Stern.
Oh, I think he's a funny dude.
I like the guy.
Shout out to 9-8-inch Wiener Jesus on his Friday from Coon Rapids Jesus. And another Friday shout out to the local 417. Today is everyone's Friday for them. Glad you guys get a long holiday weekend.
Everybody's Friday.
Everybody's Friday. It's our Friday, too. Congratulations, Friday, folks. And that's 93X News.
A live turtle in his pants.
Yes.
That's a lot to pack in your pants.
Randy Shaver on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
We're going home. We're going home. We're going home. We're going home. Are you excited? I think it was because you wore the twin shirt.
Oh, my goodness. Let's check in with Randy Shaver, see if he's made it out of bed yet. Randy.
Good morning.
Well, it happened. The Vikings did go ahead and make a trade to bring Adam Thielen back to their ball club. What do you think about that, by God?
I think it's a great move for the Vikings to bring back a guy that knows their offense very well.
Yeah.
And a guy that will be a great influence in their locker room. And I'm happy for Adam as a person because I know this is where he's going to end up living the rest of his life anyway. So to be back here is a plus for his family. And
he was dancing around the room there. Josh had audio. The whole family was dancing around the room when they found out he was traded back to the. Yeah,
I think it's
those guys.
Yeah, I think it's a fair deal. I mean, the Vikings give up a 4th-round pick in 27 and a 5th-round pick in 26, but they get picks back and they get Thielen. They do have to pay his salary. They are working out those final details, but I just think it's a fair deal. And, he's the kind of guy that, he's not going to set the world on fire. He's 35. He's a possession receiver, but he's a smart guy. When he's healthy, he can complement Jefferson. And when Addison comes back, he'll be a very strong third receiver. So
yeah, they could use a wide receiver who isn't hurt or suspended right now.
Yeah, that's true. And when Rondell Moore got hurt in that preseason game on that first play, that punt return, that kind of set the ball in motion for this team to figure out what they were going to do at receiver. It didn't help that Naylor got hurt too, but I think that the deal they made yesterday is a good deal. It helps both Carolina. They get some picks in return.
Yeah.
And it helps the Vikings.
Well, now, did Thielen get that Super Bowl ring in Carolina or not? I can't remember.
I know he was excited to play for a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, let's don't go there, but yeah.
Don't go there, he said.
Yeah.
See, Josh is the kind of guy who's not afraid to go there.
Oh, I'll go there if I have.
Oh, Josh goes there all the time.
He's already there right now.
Yeah, in fact, he's been there all morning.
Sometimes I even have to pause to accentuate it. I will go there.
Yeah.
If I have to.
All right, so he did not win a Super Bowl in Carolina. He's 5th in Vikings history in receiving yards, catches, and touchdowns. Adam Thielen back playing for the Minnesota. And you know what else is happening tonight? I was trying to hype the boys up earlier, Randy Shaver.
Yeah.
Get some, baby.
Yes, for sure.
Let's go now with this. Gopher, my favorite football team, Golden Gopher football.
I mean, they're kind of in the same boat as the Vikings. They've got an untested quarterback tonight in Drake Lindsay.
He's a freshman, right?
Freshman redshirt.
Okay.
So he's making his first start. He's going up against a Buffalo team tonight that actually is a pretty good football team.
Well, yeah, Josh Allen.
No, not
Pat
that
LaFontaine.
No,
all the great Buffalo.
But actually, the Buffalo Bulls are a contending team in the Mid-American Conference. So this is not going to be a totally easy game. The Gophers are like 18-point favorites. But remember, there was a time when the Gophers lost to Bowling Green during a season where they thought they were going to be pretty good, and they were a 31-point favorite in 2021 and got beat by Bowling Green 14-10.
You got to be ready for these smaller schools.
Yep.
You know, they come in pissed off. And
they got something to prove.
You can't assume that you're going to win a football game like this tonight.
But this should be beautiful tonight. Just a nice weather. And
yeah, it's perfect. Perfect night for high school football to kick off tonight. It's perfect night for the Gophers to play.
Big season opener there for the Golden Gophers. I saw a little video of this new quarterback, big, tall kid. Looks like he can sling it.
He can throw. Yeah, he can sling it. The question's going to be the protection up front. They've got Darius Taylor back, so you know they can run the football. But who's going to catch the ball for this kid? You know, who's going to be – and it might be Coy Parrish on some plays too. But there's a lot of questions that will – maybe get a few answers to tonight when we watch the Gophers play.
Coy Parrish is just straight up cool. Nick, did you see that he showed up at Media Day for his little press conference wearing a WWF title belt?
Did he really?
I think
that's
I did.
Right. Yeah, we posted that. That's right.
I did see that.
Yeah, the kid just seems awesome.
There you go. Tonight, game 1 for PJ Fleck and the young kids over there. Sky Yuma, row the boat, go Gophers. The video I saw of this new quarterback, he played a few downs last year, and he looked pretty sharp. And then this weekend, I know there's going to be college football crammed down your throat.
Yeah,
Texas
fun.
and Ohio State. This is it. It all starts tonight. It all starts tonight.
Fun.
All right, we love funny names around here. This is, according to BroBible.com, the 13 players. I think I only have 12 because one of them did. I can't say for sure. According to BroBible.com, these are the players with the best names in college football this season. The best names. I'm going to go right ahead. South Carolina wide receiver, Amazing Littlejohn. Amazing is the first name, Randy Shaver. Colorado State tight end Rocky Beers. And it says right here, if Coors Light knows what they're doing, they should get him hooked up with one of those shady NIL deals, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense.
Rocky Beers. And then you got Illinois linebacker Grant Bierman. Grant Bierman.
Grant.
Oh. I was too focused on the last name, wasn't I, Josh?
Yeah, that's what they wanted you to focus.
Is he related to Wally the Beer Man?
Yes.
I love Wally the Beer Man.
Me too.
Grant! Sip! Pop, pop, pop. Grant! G, 'cause Grant is giant. R, he's a rough. A!
Absolutely.
California defensive back. Oh, wow. California defensive back, Legend Journey.
Wow.
And
that's deep.
It is. It's a deep-sounding name. But those are two of the trendiest words in the business right now. I've noticed that people are being called a legend these days despite not earning that label.
Yeah.
And as you already know, really obnoxious folks everywhere love to refer to their everyday lives as a journey, which is one of my greatest pet peeves.
Well, not just sometimes their relationships, too.
Relationships are a journey.
Yeah, like a journey of, love and growth, let's say.
Yes.
Maybe you're on that type of journey.
Mm-hmm. I was told that was the ride I should prepare for when I got married, a journey of love and
Love and growth.
Love and
Wasn't that
growth.
what it was? Your wife said?
I haven't seen a hell of a lot of either.
Oh, I have. I've definitely seen it.
Wow.
But this kid is so hip, it's sickening. His name is Legend Journey.
It'd be funny if his middle name was like Millhouse or something.
I mean, this would be like, Josh, these two words, Legend and Journey, are so hip right now that this would be like if you grew up in the 80s and your name was Rad Awesome.
Oh, that name rules. Remember when Homer Simpson was Max Power?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of cool things happened to him with that name.
We're on a journey of love and growth. My wife and I sing it to each other every night. We're going through the funniest names, the best names for this year's college football season. At quarterback for Army, God's Power Wahooey.
How do you spell Wahooey?
Nwawuihe. I went with Wahooey.
Sure.
God's Power.
That's like you make that noise when you sneeze sometimes.
I do.
God's Power.
Incarnate Word. I've heard of this college before.
It's a college, yes.
Yeah. Well, we are discussing the best names in college.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them in the NCAA basketball tournament once or twice. You don't hear a lot about Incarnate Word, or is it World?
It says Word here.
Yeah, I think it's Word.
Okay, they have a wide receiver on their roster by the name of Pig Cage. Central Arkansas has a defensive back named Dude Person.
That sounds like a generic character in a video game, doesn't it? Like a non-playable character.
Like the default name before you like enter in what you actually wanted to be named.
Yeah, this is just Dude Person.
Dude Person. Appalachian State has an offensive lineman named Big Al Oliver, and it's not just a nickname. I understand his name is Big Al. Big Al Oliver. Kind of sounds to me like the name of a guy who would own a chain of used car dealerships.
Yeah, I can see him doing his own commercials.
Down to Big Al Oliver's lot over here off of County Road 66.
Yeah, right, Josh, about self-produced commercials, low budget, just kind of has a camcorder set up. Got the waving arm guy in the background.
I picture him having a lasso tied to his belt for some reason.
Bunch of prostitutes in the trunk of the car. Josh, you're real, aren't you? We've been told before that we are real.
Yeah, we try and keep it real.
Yes.
That's the way we like to keep it.
But we're not Kent State wide receiver DeRealist Clark. He's DeRealist.
That's kind of cool.
Georgia wide receiver Nitro Tuggle.
Whoa.
That sounds like a character out of American Gladiators or Running.
Yeah.
Apparently now his birth name is Nitarian, but his family nicknamed him Nitro. Panda Askew is an offensive lineman for East Carolina. Oh, look out. The adult world should brace themselves. The adult movie industry should brace themselves, because when this kid is done with college, he ought to look at a job opening over there. Virginia Tech offensive lineman Hans Hammer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's going to deliver the goods.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Honorable mentions go to Memorable Factor.
Oh.
A linebacker at Duke. From Southern Methodist University, King Large. How is this an honorable mention? How is this not in the main list of best names for college football players this year? How did they overlook a defensive back for Rice named Mobility?
I agree with you. He should have been on the actual list.
Mobility. Tommy Running Rabbit out of Montana, Squirrel White out of Florida State, and finally from the University of Illinois, Gentle Hunt. Man, some people come up with some good ones.
So there was a Big Al and a squirrel on the list. It kind of reminds me of the Roasted Chicken event at the Legion the other weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 2 complaints at the Roasted Chicken event. I forgot to tell you.
What was that?
When people were asking me, okay, point out who this person is. They've heard you talk about your friend.
Sure.
And Big Al was the one everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
And both of them are like, oh, he's not big.
No.
Big Al actually apologized to me for not being bigger.
Did he? That's so Big Al.
No, yeah, I know.
He's such a nice guy. I could see him say, I'm sorry that you are disappointed in my size.
And I didn't even offer any disappointment. I'm like, oh, man, I've obviously heard so much about you. He goes, yeah, sorry, I'm not bigger. He just offered that up.
He must hear that then. Because the two guys that asked about him both were like, one guy almost seemed upset, like he was lied to.
Well, I'm going to go kick that guy's ass. He's not that big.
Yeah, I've heard that before, that Big Al's not big enough for the rest of you.
I told you before, my son.
But Squirrel does kind of look like a squirrel, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Yeah,
I can see that.
He's great, man.
He's one of the nicest guys I've ever known.
Oh, I met him just for a couple of hours, and he was awesome.
Buddies for life, he and I. Squirrel.
I could understand why.
Yeah, I can see, after meeting all those guys, I can see why you like hanging out of that joint so much, because that's a great crew over there.
Just being in the kitchen was fun with all those guys.
What were you saying,
So when my oldest, when Cam was in 6th grade, he went to school with a kid that insisted everybody call him King Money, and he was the coolest kid in school. That's the name he wanted to go by.
You know what I want to do someday when this kid is older?
What's that?
I want to be the guy who gives him a loan. Let me get this straight. King Money needs a few bucks. The University of Nebraska will serve beer for the first time ever at their stadium this football season, Randy Shaver. Serving Steve Weisers. I remember how wonderful a moment that was for the University of Minnesota and its football fans.
Yes, I remember that.
How long ago was that?
Oh, I don't remember how long they've been selling beer now at TC, whatever they call Huntington, the U of M.
I think a couple years after they opened it.
Yeah, there was still a couple years of...
I remember when they first opened, people were wondering, will they change it with the new stadium? And they didn't.
Because of the Metrodome, they were able to sell beer because it was off-campus stadium.
Right.
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct.
My buddy Dougie, who was in the kitchen Saturday, by the way, at the Legion, last Friday. Dougie was making the cold slaw. He's our junior varsity cold slaw guy because Lanahan decided to go to South Africa. Anyway, my buddy Dougie is the biggest Golden Gopher athletics fan I've ever known in my life. He'll be at the game tonight. He's had season tickets for many, many, many years. And it's a funny story. The final Golden Gopher football game at the old Metrodome. People were so excited to be rid of the old Metrodome and finally have this wonderful on-campus stadium, except for Dougie. He was so downtrodden at that final Metrodome game. Someone actually tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, dude, what's with the look on your face? And he said, you guys don't get it. They're not serving beer at the new joint. Where at the old Metrodome, you could just get drunk as a skunk over there. But he was bummed because they weren't serving Steve Weisers at the new ballpark. And as we discussed already, it took a couple years. They got it done. It's wonderful now. I love that ballpark. So Nebraska, for the very first time, is going to serve beer. Their athletic director said there will be 121,000 called isn't a word. There will be 121,000 cold tall boy beers ready to be sold at their ballpark every game day.
Well, what are they going to do for the second, third, and fourth quarter?
Right. 121,000? I don't know. That should cut it. I can't do that kind of arithmetic.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay. So the brother and sisterhood are checking in saying the Gophers were able to start selling beer because the Vikings played there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that correlated. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think they changed that rule when the Vikings played there for 2 years. While the stadium was being built.
I'll go along with it.
After the Metrodome collapsed and like that next couple of seasons when they were building the new stadium.
I'll go along with it. It's a wonderful setup there at the U of M. Love that joint. Another Golden Gopher football story I like to tell. This was back when they were playing at the old Metrodome. The Iowegian team came to town and beat the Golden Gophers like 48-0. It was just a slaughter. It just so happens that night, I ended up at Sheik's Palace by Dam Royale, Josh.
Oh, you like that place.
I liked a lot of those places back in the day. So I'm hanging out at Sheik's, and next thing you know, it's nothing but black and gold. It's wall-to-wall, hammered Iowegian football fans pouring into Sheik's. And they're having the time of their lives. They just curb stomped the Golden Gophers. They're chugging beers and getting lap dances all up and down the place. It was a riot. A dude sitting next to me at the bar was a local, and he turns to me and says, "Look at these friggin' Iowegians running around like they own the place." And the bartender says, "Hey, bro, they just beat the Gophers 48-0. Tonight, they do own this place." Josh, did you know this? Being a Chipotle fan, Ohio State, Florida, and Georgia are the 3 schools that eat the most Chipotle.
Yeah, Dana was telling me about this.
And I think now they have some kind of NIL agreement with Chipotle, and Chipotle is going to give the students free burritos and all this kind of stuff. But this is the part you needed to hear. 98% of the students at Ohio State University eat Chipotle at least once a month. 94% of the University of Florida students eat at Chipotle once every 2 weeks. And I was thinking about Josh when I read that. Once a month? What are you, an amateur?
Rookie numbers.
That's the thing. I now go to Chipotle less than I ever have.
And how often is that?
That's 3 times a week. I was when I was single, especially, I was twice a day. So yeah, when you hear those numbers,
say that they would have your order waiting for you long before you could even place it in order in the app.
Yes, which was very sweet. This is before the app.
Yeah.
Very sweet, also very embarrassing.
Sure.
And I bet they were saying some horrible things about me. Like, this guy needs a girlfriend.
These kids are getting free burritos for the whole school year because they average 1 visit a week. You were there every day.
Well, they did. They made me a master burrito ambassador.
Yeah.
And I have a plaque that was signed by, is it Steve Ells, the guy that started it? He signed it. And they actually gave me a silver card where I could get free Chipotle.
Okay. So they have appreciated your business.
But I used it once, and I was a little apprehensive to use it because I thought, I don't deserve this thing. I tried it once, and everybody was confused by it, so I never used it again.
I know a guy who'd be willing to take that off your hands.
Oh, do you really?
Sure do.
Randy Shaver, I know you try to lead this obnoxious, healthy lifestyle, but what's the...
Culver's, it's got to be for Randy.
Culver's by far...
When I was working at CARE, I ate Culver's twice a day.
Oh, so you've been there too.
Because it was right across the street, right?
Yeah. So I would drive to work, I would stop and grab it for lunch, go into work, and then I would go over there for dinner. It's great food, but B, it's close, and it just made life easier. So
that's great.
I probably go to Culver's probably 4 times a week.
Well, that's impressive.
And I love what you do, Randy, on social media when you post, your order number and then you associate it with a famous, prominent Minnesota athlete. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them all. I mean, there's a Culver's right down the street from my house. We hit that joint quite. I like them all. I don't like to pick a favorite. I'll spread my love around for a lot of fast food joints.
Yeah, we've been kind of trying to spread out a little bit, but again, like I said, it's still 3 times a week for sure.
Damn.
But it's good food.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard not to.
It's all good.
Yeah, and it's hard not to want it.
People have told me, boy, you must have tried everything there. No, I've tried one thing.
Oh, you stick to the same order every time?
The only difference, Dana, is sometimes I'll get lettuce, sometimes I won't.
When you're feeling a little randy.
And for a while I joked that the only variety in my diet was the location of Chipotle I was eating at. And this is true. When I moved a couple times, this before I got married, I told the realtor, all I want is to be within 5 minutes of a Chipotle. That was the only thing I cared about. And I ended up living in a condo that shared a parking lot with Chipotle.
That's
which
amazing.
Was dangerous.
Man.
And by the way, I beat a Minnesota Viking in a burrito eating contest, which was the highlight of my eating life.
That's cool.
Minnesota Viking, huh? What was he, a kicker or something? Punter?
No, big guy, lineman.
Was it Warcraft?
No, it wasn't Warcraft. I bet I couldn't beat Warcraft.
The Colorado Buffaloes football program, of course, led by goofy-ass Deion Sanders, but that's not where we're going with this. We're talking about Ralphie, the live Buffalo mascot.
I have a buddy who was a Ralphie runner when he was in college down at Buffalo.
I'm not buying it.
They take that thing seriously. They had to do hardcore training for that.
Well, you got to run your ass off.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to wrangle a 4,000-pound buffalo as it runs up and down the ball field.
Yeah, they would have them running the stadium bleachers a couple times a week to train for it.
Oh, I thought you meant the buffalo.
No, the buffalo didn't have to run the bleachers.
Jesus, that'd be terrifying. I'd be terrified of that animal. I would. I'd think he was going to stomp my guts out and walk it dry.
It's not a safe thing that they're doing.
Ralphie the live buffalo mascot. And at this point, they're up to Ralphie Part 7 or Part 6 or something. Okay, Ralphie the 6th. I'm going to go with it. I don't understand Roman numerals, but I'm going with Ralphie the 6th. He's retiring. And he will not be available to run across the field prior to Colorado games this year. And folks are calling the reason why Ralphie is retiring, they're calling it very relatable. Ralphie the 6th is retiring simply because he just hates to run and straight up refuses to do it.
I was thinking of a correlation here, and I think you're the perfect correlation because there's been times in your life where you've just decided, I'm not doing that anymore. And one was Nick Danger. Another was the accent they wanted you to have when you first started here. Where you just decided, I'm done. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me do that.
Ralphie the 6th has put his hoof down, and he says, look, find another buffalo. I do not like running, and I'm not going to do it. So Ralphie is retiring in part due, this is how the Colorado Athletic Department put it, Ralphie is retiring in part due to an indifference to running.
We share that.
Yes. God, I used to be able to run. Now, I couldn't. I can't even think of the last time I tried to run.
Well, you've never gone running, have you? Or have
I'm talking about running from the cops.
Running from an angry boyfriend of somebody you might have woke up with.
Yeah, playing sports as a kid. I was pretty fast. I can't remember the last time I even tried to run.
Have you tried to kind of jog across the street quick if somebody's coming?
The fake little half jog?
No,
I've done
I
that.
haven't.
That's exhausting.
Can't think of the last time I even jogged. My legs just won't carry me anymore. I mean, we got this little half squirrel dog, Josh, that dog we have now, 5-pound dog, Yorkie. That is a little guy. I'll walk around the, the block with her once in a while. And what always enters my mind is if this dog gets away from me, there's just not a chance in hell I could save her. Not a chance in hell. And not unless I get a scooter. And maybe I should start riding my electric scooter alongside because that's the only way I'm going to catch her. So
she's pretty quick, huh?
Oh, God.
How? On those tiny little legs?
It's like being shot out of a cannon. Yeah, those tiny little skinny legs.
That's impressive.
Flies like the wind. So they're going to have to transition a new buffalo into the mix there at the University of Colorado. I don't know how long it will take them. And Ralphie the 6th, the one who's retiring, they're going to put him in a pasture with a partner. They're going to do some banging, it says here.
Good.
It's the best way to retire.
Ralphie not wanting to run kind of reminds me of when I got married the first time. We got married at the Como Zoo, and you got to have an animal ambassador at the wedding. So you had the choice between like a sloth, a snake, and a penguin. We chose the penguin, and they say, okay, but just so you know, it's up to the penguin on the day of. Sometimes he's fussy and doesn't feel like coming out to the ceremony. So I said, we'll roll the dice. Hopefully he's in a good mood. And he did end up making it. But I thought it was so funny. Sometimes he's a little fussy, and we can't get him out. So just so you know.
That's awesome.
The University of Oklahoma, Randy Shaver, is now charging fans $692 to sit in on post-game press conferences. They can't ask a question. They're just allowed to sit there and watch the post-game press conference.
Having been to a billion post-game press conferences, I wouldn't pay one nickel.
When I was covering the Timberwolves here locally, obviously, the post-game press conferences, this was during like the David Kahn, Kevin Love, just never made the playoffs, always horrible type of time, where they're playing off the string. They would, as a season ticket perk, let some fans go. They pick a couple of season ticket holders to go sit in on the post-game press conference with Kirk Rambis, talking about a 30-point loss to Detroit. I'm like, how is this in any way a perk? This is miserable.
Right.
But it makes the university money. And that way they can pay their players. I'm guessing that's the motivation. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yep. No, I think that's probably right. And some fans will see that, especially if you have a winning program, some fans will see that as as a perk. You know, you're kind of like on the inside of what's going on.
Boy, that is so much money.
It would have to be way more than. I mean, like Randy said. Oh, wait a minute, I got confused there. They're not paying the student. The student or the fan has to pay. I wouldn't give them a dime. Like Randy said, I wouldn't give them a dime to sit in on that. No. It says right here, 20 minutes later, this stuff is available on YouTube.
Yeah, and the highlights, all the good stuff's on YouTube.
Give me a break. But AFAB, right?
That's right.
Anything for a buck. An old boy that I knew most of my life by the name of Donnie. Unfortunately, Donnie died a while back. But he ran a company, and on his company card, it had his name and number and a list of services that he would perform. Tree trimming and things like that. And at the bottom of the card, it said AFAB. Anything for a buck. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee, is that how you say that?
Yep, Rashee Rice.
Rashee Rice suspended for 6 games by the company he works for, the National Football League. The suspension will be for the first 6 games of the upcoming season, naturally. I never followed this guy's story, but what I read is last year he was speed racing on the interstate in Dallas.
Right.
And his idiotic driving triggered a big car crash that injured multiple people. Nice job, stupid
And
ass.
then he walked away from it.
You mean he left the scene?
Yeah, I think there's that video, isn't there, where he's like walking away from the accident. Like he didn't stay to see if everybody was okay. He just like walked away.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
He's already... Yes, Randy?
There was a discussion about that he was going to be allowed to play the first 4 games of the season, and then they would determine his suspension. But obviously, whoever is in, if it's the NFL or whoever's figuring all this out, they decided that doesn't make a lot of sense. We're not going to let you play and then suspend you. So they've decided to kind of like Jordan Addison, we're going to suspend you to start the season. And his punishment is twice, and rightly so, is twice the punishment for Addison, because people were actually injured in the incident that he was involved in.
What a jackass.
Yeah.
Racing around, look at me in my cute race car.
We hear that a lot.
I'm going to put everyone else's life in danger because I'm a hard-on.
Yeah, we hear people do this a lot, though. It seems like every other week there's some sort of story about people racing against each other and somebody gets killed or hurt. It just not very smart.
He's already done some time in the cooler, right?
I think, well, I don't know that.
Oh.
I don't know that.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay. I've never followed this trademarking trend, which kind of became a thing a few years ago. This famous person is trademarking this word or this phrase.
Well, they want to protect their ability to make money off it.
Okay. But what's funny is I hear, Tom Brady has trademarked TB12. Give me another famous athlete.
Your girl Angel Reese recently trademarked the Me Bound.
Me Bound. Mm-hmm. And they say, well, it's so we can make money off merchandise. I've never seen one person wear a Me Bound shirt or a TB12. I've never seen that's the thing that throws me.
Well, sometimes it's just to protect it so nobody else can make money off it.
Okay. It's all silliness.
I mean, I'll give you an example. Tackle cancer in Minnesota. We have trademarked that so that it can't be used by anybody else in Minnesota or actually outside of Minnesota because we want to protect that brand for the football coaches. So
I wonder if anyone's going to trademark Wing Ding. Ba, 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 Still works every time.
What was the text that came in earlier about that?
It said the wing ba motocross guy. That bit might begin to get a little old around the year 2031.
I'd say I'm going to set it as my ringtone, but that would just cause me to answer my phone even less than I actually do because I'd want to hear the whole thing.
You got to hear it played out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Of all the clips we've played over the years, I've never received more emails requesting a clip. I almost needed to hire an assistant yesterday. How many people wanted that clip?
I promise you, we will be the wing bah center of the universe.
We're going to trademark it.
Bill Belichick's girlfriend, who goes by the name of Jordan Hudson, every time it throws me. She's 24. He's 73.
Old balls, gross.
That is so hilarious. Jordan Hudson is trademarking the phrase gold digger. And she says she's going to use it to sell jewelry and keychains.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on some of those.
Old bit at this point, isn't it? I don't care anymore about those two.
Happy Valentine's Day, babe. Here's a little jewelry from Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah. Kind of gross.
Saw a picture of the two of them the other day, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I mean, she looks insane.
Yeah. There's people that definitely agree with you.
You know how you can see it in the eyes? It's always the eyes, like a doll's eyes. It's got lifeless eyes. You can see it in the eyes sometimes, can't you, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just her whole face, but you're right, the eyes especially.
Remember what I was saying about the word legend being thrown around far too loosely these days? Here you go. A headline for you. Former Boston Celtics legend Rajon Rondo.
I wouldn't say legend.
That's what I'm talking about.
Especially for that team. Maybe if you played in Milwaukee.
Cousy is a legend.
Right.
Bill Russell is a legend. Rajon Rondo is not a legend.
I see this constantly now, especially dealing with all the sports.
John Havlicek is a legend.
All the sports that we have to research. They pump that word. You have to earn. Hey, Rajon Rondo. Very loosely. Rajon Rondo was a talented kid, and he won a title or two. He's a very solid point guard. This is not a legend. That's not the point of the story. I just had to blow up about that again.
No, I think you're right. Totally.
Everybody dumps that so loosely now. Now people are going to text in who they think a legend is or is not. All right, let's try this one, Randy Shaver.
Okay.
Former Chicago Bear quarterback Kyle Orton. Is he or is he not a legend?
He's a legend killer.
Thank you. He's a legend killer.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rajon Rondo, he retired from basketball a number of years ago. He's found a new career, and he's by damn great at it. He's apparently the best flag football quarterback in the business. And now, of course, the game is making its debut in the Olympics in 3 years. Rondo is currently the top-ranked flag football quarterback in all of America. And
how do you become that? Who's doing the ranking?
Well, there must be.
It says you're the number one quarterback.
There's some kind of flag football association. There must be at this point. I mean, we read about this in the past. We read about how the professional flag football players in the United States, and that they are a thing, they are not interested in the NFL bumping them out of the way come time for the Olympics. They're saying, hey, look.
Totally get it.
There was a quarterback, I can't think of his name. Everyone instantly said, Patrick Mahomes. And this dude said, hey, F off, Patrick Mahomes. I'm the best in the business. I should get that. Now we got Rajon Rondo is apparently the best. And I'm with them. Mm-hmm. I would personally rather see flag football players who have been doing it for years in the Olympics than sit there and, the same NFL guys that I see way too often in the first place. I'll get way more of a thrill out of the United States winning a gold medal in flag football, seeing flag football players do it, as opposed to Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Justin Jefferson, and whoever else you throw.
Right.
So, but that's really interesting to me. That the guy, Rajon Rondo, is just whooping everybody's ass as a flag football player. Good for him.
You show up to the field. Wait, is it?
I'm sorry?
You show up to the field and you're like, wait a minute, is that Celtics legend Rajon Rondo on the other team?
I hope he bumps Patrick Mahomes off the roster. Because they're going to try to force these NFL guys in there. You know it. The NFL gets enough attention, enough money, enough glory.
Yeah, they want the NFL names for those TV ratings.
Yeah, let the other guys do it. But that might just be the liquor talking, Randy Shaver. You always got to consider that.
Yep. And the liquor does a lot of talking for you.
And the older you get, the more you listen.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. The liquor's doing way more talking than it needs to be.
Somebody asked if Randy has a fantasy flag football team.
I don't. I would like to.
Yeah, now you're thinking about it, aren't you?
I would like to.
For a while last night, it looked like the Twins might have one in the bag, but then things went spinning down the toilet.
Yeah.
The Toronto Blue Jays came back and beat the Twins by a final of 9-8. The Jays scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead. I mean, both clubs had a dozen hits on the night. The Buck truck made a couple laps around the bases. Brooks Lee, Lukey Keyshaw hit home runs, but they wet the bed in the clutch moments last night.
Yeah.
That's well hit. High and deep to right center field. Back in the gap is Varsho, and that is gone. And there is a leadoff home run for Byron Buxton. 7th time he's done that this season. 16th career leadoff home run. And the Buck truck alive and well here in Ontario. It's 1-0.
Boy, those Canadian fans are not enjoying themselves during this series.
Yeah, they're very vocal about their displeasures.
They're having a good time by the end of the game, but Randy Shaver, the boys are back home again to fire up a series with the San Diego Padres tonight.
Oh, good baseball team. This team right now is hovering on what we saw in the mid-2010s. Teams that finished 65, 66 wins. I mean, right now they have 60. If they make it to 70, that would be the worst season in Twins history since 2014. Or 2016, I should say, when they only won 59 games.
Only the worst record in the last 7-8 years.
Well,
10 years, whatever.
Don't you think this is what we're seeing right now could play like what we saw in 2011, 2012, 2013, when the most wins they had was 66?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're trending towards not just a one-off. I don't think what we're seeing this year right now feels like a one-off. I feel it's more of a trend.
It could keep going, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I hope not, but it certainly feels that way, that this is maybe only the beginning of some miserable times. Yes. Okay, yeah. Wing, ba. That dude is a legend. He's earned it. He earned it in a matter of what, 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, that's for sure. You can't argue that one.
Oh, Randy Shaver. Word is my beloved Timberwolves are looking into bringing Malik Beasley back into the mix.
Oh, really?
Trying to squeeze some more basketball out of the guy between now and the next time he gets in trouble for something stupid.
Oh, my.
I mean, here's what it says, Randy Shaver.
Well, there's some value in him as a player.
Well,
he
had the best year of his career last year.
Yeah, there's value there, but I think you're going to find that some NBA teams will probably pass on that. Sounds
Says
like
right
Timberwolves
here,
won't, but
you mentioned this a couple days ago. Malik Beasley is no longer a target of a federal gambling investigation, and I'll admit that is one thing that you want in a ball player. You want him to not be under the microscope of the federal government.
Like at least, right?
Yeah.
At the bare minimum.
And he had a career year with the Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
The Timberwolves, the Detroit Pistons, the Lakers and Cavaliers, I guess, have reached out to Malik Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, the guy can shoot. I don't know. He's so squirrely. He seems so unhappy.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the Timberwolves. You know, they seem like such a tight-knit group, and they had a lot of laughs, and Beasley was one of the guys that I didn't enjoy really watching when he was here because he never seemed happy. I think it's because of the squirrels having knife fights in his head.
Do you think maybe he just has one of those faces, like a Jay Cutler face?
I don't know. And finally, if you want to see how the other half lives, check out the video of NBA point guard Russell Westbrook shooting hoops on the deck of a massive yacht.
Must be nice.
I don't know if that's his yacht, but it's a big bastard. I wouldn't want, I'll tell you this much, Randy Shaver, I wouldn't want to land that pig in Grays Bay, I'll tell you that. It's a big bastard. But there's video going around of Westbrook on the deck of this massive yacht, and he's shooting hoops. He's got a real basketball hoop there and everything.
Yep.
And the video was released by Westbrook. He's a free agent. The video was intended to show how hard he's working on his game, even while on vacation. And, of course, you know, he has a chance to show us how rich he is, too, and a lot of athletes love to push that on us.
Sure.
But fans who saw the video all made the same joke about how many basketballs Westbrook likely has shot into the ocean.
That one's not coming back.
Because there have been stretches in his career where his jump shot was so awful, he wouldn't have been able to hit a body of water with his jump shot.
For sure.
But he's had a good run lately.
Yeah.
Watching him play last year with the Denver Nuggets,
I thought he fit pretty well into the Denver organization.
I agree.
There just seemed to be a good fit with him and the player, and they had a need for him because Murray was hurt, and they needed his leadership. But Denver's making so many different changes. They've traded away a couple of key players, and they're kind of doing a makeover right now. So
I remember on the topic of basketball players and yachts, I remember many years ago when someone said, "Hey, you know, Latrell Sprewell has a yacht." And I said, "Yeah? No kidding." And I asked, "Where does he keep it?" Expecting them to say Tampa Bay, Hawaii, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee, they call it yacht country for a reason.
And didn't he just let it turn to garbage?
That's the rumor, right?
He didn't have any money, and it just... I like Latrell Sprewell, I do. I liked him as a player, and seeing interviews with him recently, you know, he comes off like a good guy. You know, so, yeah, he melted down and tried to choke his coach to death. It was a long time ago. I'll let it go. But that just cracked me up.
Probably invested too much money in his spinner rims company. You don't see spinners too often these days, do you?
But you sure did for a while.
Yeah.
Man, those were popular.
That was funny. Where does he keep that yacht? In Milwaukee. Jesus balls. Randy Shaver, is Lou Ford a legend?
In his own kind of way.
I think a different kind of legend.
Different kind of legend.
Certainly his personality.
When you iron your shirt with it on.
Yeah.
You're a legend.
When you get yelled at by your manager for meeting strangers in cafes to play video games.
Yes.
You're a legend.
Yeah, I think he is a legend in his own friggin' way. Weird Lou Ford. You know, and I had his Twins jersey. And I gave it away.
Oh, you should have held on to that one. That'd be a fun one to wear.
Or?
It was kind of sarcastically. First off, it was stolen.
Oh.
Josh knows this. A guy that used to work here broke into a pro shop somewhere in town and stole 20 Twins jerseys, 15 Wild jerseys, 11 Vikings jerseys. Right? Remember that guy,
Yep,
Josh?
Absolutely.
And then the dude says, "Hey, I got all these jerseys. You want one?" And he's got a Lou Ford jersey. I said, "Well, hell yeah. I didn't know it was stolen merchandise." Dude gets arrested and fired. So I had a hot Lou Ford jersey. And then did I give it away sarcastically? Yes, Josh. We had a fundraiser one night, again with the YZ American Legion, but we had a fundraiser one night, and everyone was like, "Hey, anyone have any items that are worth anything?" And I said, "Yeah, go ahead. You can auction off this Lou Ford jersey." So it was all for a good cause, but I'll tell you deep down, I missed that Lou Ford jersey. I do. She was so much fun to watch. Well, Randy Shaver, that's enough of our nonsense. We're off tomorrow. We're off Monday. Go have as much fun as a guy your age is allowed to.
High school football tonight. My show starts on stripvarsity.com at 9:30, so tonight's the night.
Congratulations on the show.
Exciting and terrified at the same time.
Are you a little scared?
Yeah, because, you know, this is a newspaper company trying to do television. So it's been a 4-month process to get this thing off the ground, and we'll see if it all comes together tonight. So excited.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
See ya. Have a good weekend.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
I'm here to give my State of the Union. What do I always say? While they may always be a disappointment, they're not always horrendous. And that's why this season feels different. They just suck.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
We've got lava being flung and slung in every single direction imaginable. It's hard to even know where to start with this tsunami of bullcrap.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
How are they doing?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Assed Morning Show 93X.
All right, you shady bastards. Welcome back to the damn...
Morning show?
93X Half-Assed Morning Show, sure. I forgot who we were there for a second. We appreciate you so damn much. Here we are, headed for the exits soon enough. We're off till next Tuesday, so for Christ's sake, take care of yourselves while we gone. Have a terrific Labor Day weekend. Don't miss out on the greatest in-person radio promotion of the year this weekend. Josh, you want to give folks a heads up on that again?
Yeah, you know how it goes. We're going to miss you. We're not back till Tuesday, so it'll be fun to hang out in person Saturday, 11 to 1 in Apple Valley at Apple Ford. We've got giveaways.
Oh.
They've got big savings on a new vehicle.
Oh.
Food trucks. And we both have known the guys out there for a very long time. They'll roll out the red carpet for you. It's a lot of fun.
This is going to be like a booze cruise and a state fair appearance and a casino trip in Wisconsin all rolled up into one.
Yeah, with free stuff and cool cars to test drive. They're going to give us Ford Raptors as far as they know.
And this isn't, me and Cubby, wagging our D's back and forth. This is the local media calling our appearance Saturday the greatest in-person radio promotion of the year.
We've had other radio stations reach out to us and thank us for doing it this Saturday. We had the general manager of Hubbard Broadcasting came to our booth at the State Fair and said, hey, I heard about this Ford thing you're going to be doing. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing that for all of radio. And it's the least we can do.
Oh, so that'll be Saturday. But while we're still on the clock here, apparently I'm about to be put to the test. And this is very interesting. I just found out about this 5 minutes ago, but I'm excited. I was telling you guys a couple days ago, my wife is burned out on my lack of knowledge of current pop culture. I'm a 70s and 80s person. That's my wheelhouse. I admit that I am wildly unaware of current singers, bands, actors, rappers. I just don't follow it. I rarely watch television or movies. I'm sure if you're a regular listener, you've heard me try and figure out who's who, and I struggle terribly. Matter of fact, a night or two ago, my wife was watching a television program, and I sat down next to her, and I asked her, I said, well, who is that lady singing? My wife was watching a couple ladies sing on television. And I said, who is that lady on the right? And she turned to me quite angrily and said, that's Kelly Clarkson. You need to know who she is. And then she told me, Josh, she told me that there was a new operation underway in our home. It's called Operation Welcome to This Century, where I am supposed to begin learning more about famous folks who aren't from 1981. She's trying to get her claws into me, Josh.
Yeah, she's going to make you a better man.
This is the operation that I am tasked with, I guess, from here on out. Here, Dana, here's a comparison. Mm-hmm. My wife assigns me operations. Josh's wife brings me cookies.
That's true. She said, hey, make sure you bring these in for Nick. She made some cookies yesterday.
So this was a couple days ago. She hollered at me because I didn't know who Kelly Clarkson was by sight. She hollered at me in general for not knowing anything about current pop culture. And then yesterday, I I got home from work. I went straight into bed, turned on the television. My wife walks in, sees that I'm watching The Munsters, a sitcom from 1964.
That's a great show, though.
Oh, hilarious. She was much more patient in this moment. She just turned to me and said, you know, this doesn't help Operation Welcome to This Century when you sit and watch The Munsters.
Does she know about the hot mamas on The Munsters?
She doesn't pay attention to them.
Doesn't?
She doesn't know anything about them. So because of all this, I understand, and I just learned about this when we were running those commercials and that song and whatnot a few minutes ago. I understand Dana and my wife have put together a quiz for me to determine just how much work I'm up against as I attempt to learn who is who in today's pop culture.
Her response when I first texted her about this, I said, hey, I'm putting together, current pop culture quiz. Do you got any topics or names or ideas?
Oh, can I guess? I don't mean to interrupt. Can I guess what her response was?
Yeah.
New phone, who did?
But then once I told her, she said, thank you for taking up the cause with me on this. So she was very appreciative that I was, doing my best to kind of help her along on your journey to pop culture knowledge in 2025.
So similar to what we did with Janelle Klein a few days ago, because Janelle's as lost as I am. A few days ago, we just read some names to Janelle, and she had to identify whether they were rappers, rock stars, or wrestlers. What do you have for me?
So this is all Dana and your wife that put this together. It's just a pop quiz on pop culture. So it looks like they put together just some recent or relatively new stars.
Okay.
I can tell you this. I knew all but one.
Okay.
And that's the very last one. I've never heard of this person. Dana, you're going to have to help me with some of this stuff. But
yeah.
So general trivia on today's hot pop culture celebrities.
Yeah, and these are big names now, right? These are names I'm sure you've heard before. But maybe you couldn't tell us what they're known for. And that's what Dana and your wife were looking for. You just be able to say just a little bit about the person.
So we'll throw you a name, and you need to say what they do for a living, and maybe first thing that comes to mind, any notable work they've done.
What they do for a living, and maybe something notable that they've done.
Yeah,
right.
So their profession and what they're known for.
Something you might see them in.
Okay. Now, what benefits me is working at this program every day, because you guys do know your stuff. I'm including Smashley, who's on maternity leave. I do hear a lot of names from you guys. I guess we'll find out if any of the information is stuck. So I'm ready to embarrass myself.
Okay.
Whenever you'd like to fire away, Josh, you're going to give me a name. I'm going to try and tell you what they're famous for, what they do for a living, and something notable.
We're going to start today with Timothy Chalamet. Have you heard the name?
Yes.
Chalamet. Okay.
I've heard you say the name before. Chalamet.
What does he do?
Is an actor.
Correct.
Something he's known for?
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea, but I'm going to guess because I'd like to, I don't want to just sit here and say, I don't know. I should make an effort and make a guess. Timothy Chalamet is an actor, and he was in Game of Thrones.
No. But we would have accepted Dune, Willy Wonka, or the fact that he played Bob Dylan.
Okay, never saw it, and never saw it.
I like the guy.
Okay.
Okay, you'll know this one. Austin Butler.
Oh.
We just talked about him.
Mm-hmm. Austin Butler is an actor. We just talked about him when you were reading your news earlier, and I really enjoyed what he did in that silly Elvis movie from a couple of years ago. He played Elvis Presley in the Elvis movie, correct?
Yeah, you got it.
That's exactly right.
I thought he was terrific as Elvis Presley, as goofy and Scooby-Doo as that movie came off. He knocked it smooth out of the park. I couldn't tell you another damn thing about him, except you said earlier this morning he has a movie coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin's Butler. Sure.
All right, I think you'll know this one. Harry Styles.
I've heard it. I've heard it before. Harry Styles, I know this because of my niece. He's a singer.
Yes.
But I couldn't tell you.
Part of a very, very popular.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to answer. He's part of a group?
He was, yes.
Was part of a group. I I have no clue, but I'm going to give you an answer anyway. Harry Styles used to be the lead singer of K-pop.
No, he's not Korean. He's British. They've since gone in separate directions, but he was a member of One Direction.
For Christ's sake, One Direction. Okay.
And your godson's sister was obsessed. My daughter was absolutely obsessed with
she couldn't
One Direction. She's
get enough
Harry
of
Styles still.
One Direction. Sure, I've heard that out loud as well.
You know what? To Insomniac Jesus, he said, Kelly Clarkson, overrated karaoke star. How did I do? To each their own. Sometimes you can be wrong, Insomniac Jesus. No judgment. You got to know this one. Sydney Sweeney.
Okay, yes. Ashley talks about Sydney Sweeney a lot when she's not on maternity leave.
And again, you don't have to, I'm sorry, they threw in here, now again, this is Dana and your wife that put this together. In this case, you can say something you might know about her that has nothing to do with her profession.
Okay.
Because there's something notable that people bring up.
Okay. Sydney Sweeney is an actress.
Correct.
I could not, for the life of you, tell you one movie she's performed in, but isn't she known for having just a delicious ass?
No, higher.
Oh, she has incredible jugs.
Yes, that's kind of what people say.
Sure.
She really leans into it, too.
I think I'm doing very well so far. I have not been able to give you many details on these people, but I've so far, am I undefeated on what their profession is?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, that's 4. Glenn Powell.
You once famously said on this show, I wouldn't know Glenn Powell if I was banging him.
Oh. The name sounds very familiar.
What's his profession?
Glenn Powell, I'm going to go ahead and say he's a singer.
No. Okay, he's an actor, and he's been in some pretty popular movies. As a matter of fact, he was in a movie that recently people called this particular movie the movie that saved Hollywood.
The movie that saved Hollywood?
It's a sequel.
He was in... what's that show where the kids go back in time?
The show? You mean like Back to the Future?
He was in Greater Things Part 2. What's the name of that show where they go back? Stranger Things. Glenn Powell was an actor in Greater Things Part 2.
Back in time?
Don't they go back in time?
No.
It's set in the 80s, so maybe I could see why you might be.
Who is Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell is in Top Gun. He was in Twisters. Now, by the way, Twisters was not the movie that saved Hollywood. But Top Gun Maverick, at that time, after the pandemic and everything, they said, this is the one that's going to get people in theaters.
I saw Top Gun Mavericks. Glenn Powell's the one to blame, then, for all the 20-year-olds walking around town with their hilarious mustaches.
No, that's a different guy.
That's not... Who's Glenn? What role did he play in Top Gun?
I forgot his call
Was he
sign.
Tom Cruise?
No, he wasn't Tom Cruise.
He was kind of like he kind of played the Iceman role in the sequel.
I couldn't pick him out of a crowd, but okay. So, one wrong for me. I didn't know who Glenn Powell was. I'm very dialed into the influential folks from the 70s and 80s. I'll bore you to death with that. But that's where it ended for me. It's called Operation Welcome to This Century. Today, Dana and my wife have put together a quiz. And the gist of the quiz, Josh is reading me some names, and I have to tell you folks, tell everybody, what they do for a living and something notable about them. I've performed quite well. I think I've been able to damn near every time tell you what these people do for a living. I've been struggling to branch out from there and name any movie or song or whatever they're notable for, but I'm doing much better than I thought I would.
I think you're doing great. I mean, you know all these names at least.
Who have we covered so far?
So far, we have covered Timothy Chalamet, Austin Butler, Harry Styles, Sydney Sweeney, and Glenn Powell.
And again, you guys are the ones who have really helped me so far. I mean, I hear you talk about these people a lot on the program, so that's been a huge benefit. Who's next?
All right, Danny, do you mind if I skip around a little bit?
Oh, no, yeah, of course. Yeah, I just threw those all out there and let you pick which ones you like.
Bad Bunny.
Ah, sure. Yeah. And we've talked about him a lot on this program.
Yeah, what does Bad Bunny do for a living?
Well, he's a rapper.
Correct.
But he's also done some acting lately.
Yep.
He's in a movie or two.
Happy Gilmore 2, and also a wrestler.
Oh, right. I've seen him wrestle as well.
So he's pretty damn good at it, too.
I guess, yeah, if you were to ask me, then to give you some more information on what he's appeared in or what he's done. I couldn't name a movie, I couldn't name a song, but I could tell you he at one point or another worked for the WWE. He's performed in a couple of pay-per-views. I got that one nailed. Bad's Bunny.
Anya Taylor Hubba Hubba Joy.
Actress.
Yep.
Couldn't tell you a damn thing about what she's been in.
Most famously, The Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, I'd say so. From Netflix series.
I would think that's the one she's most popular for.
I hear her name come out of your mouth a lot, Josh, because you've got a little boner. Whenever you like Anna Taylor's Joy.
Yeah, I don't really have celebrity crushes, but if I had to name one, it'd be her. Okay, this one, I don't know if you'll get this. Hugely popular.
Really?
But, yeah, in a genre you would have nothing to do with.
Okay.
Mr. Beast.
Not a clue.
Okay, I don't blame you. If I didn't have a little kid, I don't think I'd know who.
But I'll guess. Mr. Beast is... Oh, you said a little kid.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is a...
Well, I should say a middle schooler, not necessarily that little.
Is a... one of the Fantastic Four. That's where.
That's a good guess.
Mr. Beast is.
No, he's a YouTuber, perhaps the most famous YouTuber of all time.
YouTuber.
He's got the most subscribers in YouTube history.
Yeah, he's a very, very big YouTuber.
What does he do?
He gives away money.
Yeah, he puts out videos where he kind of puts people in challenges, like, hey, for $500,000, can you live in this underground bunker for 100 days?
All right.
It's funny when my son first showed me his videos, I'm like, dude. This is stupid. That's not real money. They're not giving it away. And then like 2 days later, I read an article saying, it's not stupid. It is real money.
Yeah.
I was way off.
F me. Okay, Mr. Beast, he and I have not crossed paths.
All right. What about Callin Jost?
Heard the name. Callin Jost. I've heard the name.
He's got a very famous wife. He's on a legendary television show.
Well, okay,
then. Just falling off the face of the earth for the most part.
You've given it away. Then he's an actor, and I'm going to say Callin Jost is on. I'm trying to think of a wildly popular. You said hugely popular.
The show is considered a legendary show.
Been around for 50 years now.
Yeah. Okay, Callin Jost is an actor on The Simpsons.
Saturday Night Live. He's one of the weekend update anchors. And when he and Michael Che, when they go back and forth, when they write jokes for each other, oh my gosh, that's funny.
I thought maybe he was a voice actor for The Simpsons when you said legendary long. I think I can picture him now that you told me. Who's his famous wife?
Scarlett Johansson. I thought maybe
I should have seen that coming.
Oh no! Have you heard the name Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. Really, who's his famous wife?
No, Scarlett Johansson. All right, one more for you.
One more.
This is the one I had never heard of.
Okay.
Until Dana and your wife put this together. Benson Boone.
I'm going to say Benson Boone is a singer, and his hit single is Baby Got Back. I have no idea.
Singer is correct.
He is.
As a matter of fact, UPS Golden Valley Delivery Jesus said he just found out who it was because his kids wanted to go.
Yeah, and that's actually why Dr. Andre could only hang out at the Broasted Chicken event for a few half hour because she was taking her kids to that show.
Oh.
She didn't, no offense, Mr. Boone, but she didn't seem very enthusiastic about it.
Well, most of those. Well, I'll tell you what, we were at the Mall of America once, and it's perhaps the busiest I ever saw at the Rotunda. There was a celebrity. And so I'm thinking, my goodness, is Sylvester Stallone in town or what's going on? And it was some quote-unquote influencer I'd never heard of before. This is probably like a 14-year-old girl. And my kids knew who it was. And I wish I could even tell. I wouldn't be able to tell you now who it was. But I've never seen anything like that with how popular this person is.
And this was that Benson Boone character?
No, I'm saying it was just like a person that you never heard of that is like a giant star in their own right.
I think you guys, you took it easy on me. I appreciate you taking it easy on me.
Oh, you did great. You knew all the professions.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Was fun.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to egg your house for not knowing who Mr. Beast was or anything like that.
Okay, one more. This is from who's this from? Smokes Your Mom's Pot, Jesus.
Sure.
Tim Allen. That is a great kind of inside joke.
Man. Who have you... Josh was just describing that rotunda at the Mall of America. There was a famous YouTube gal sitting there, and the place was packed. Who have you either accidentally or purposely gone to see when they make a public appearance in that setup?
Well, I went and saw Kurt Angle when you were there, long before we knew each other.
Okay, Kurt Angle.
Guitar player Joe Satriani. Guitar players would know who that was.
There were 2 accidents for me, and the crowds were insane.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say an accident or on?
Well, no, either one.
Okay.
Whether it be accident
I had
or
another accidental one, too.
Who was that?
I'll have to look. It was a boy band that was popular. They were at Planet Hollywood. The boy band was popular for a couple of minutes.
Boons and Boone.
It was Boons and Boone.
Twice. I mean, yeah, I went there to see Kiss once and this and that, but I'm talking about, in the rotunda. Twice it was an accident. Once it was a dude from 90210. And if you said his name, I'd know it. 3, he got a hyphenated name from 90210. And the other was David Hasselhoff. I couldn't friggin' believe it.
What was he plugging?
I don't know, but the place was crawling with people.
Brian Austin Green?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, there it is.
David friggin' Hasselhoff. I'm walking around, just whatever, probably shopping, for clothes or something. And the place is crawling. And it was David effing Hasselhoff. That had to have been 20 years ago.
That's cool. I know you're not the fan I am, but I would have loved to meet David Hasselhoff.
More than... I don't know how...
By the way, they're remaking Knight Rider.
Who cares?
I think they're making a movie.
The show was...
I think Knight Rider fans care.
It was garbage, that show.
If you rewatch it, it was, but I was at the right age for that.
Yeah, I don't know how you like that Hasselhoff guy. Oh, God. He's just...
Michael Knight? It's cool.
Oh, I hated it.
He had a leather jacket?
He was the sole reason why...
Sweet car.
Here I was, an 18-year-old male, and I hated David Hasselhoff so much, just the sight of him, that I couldn't watch Baywatch. I mean, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Really?
I could not watch 5 seconds of that show just because there might have been a chance that David Hasselhoff would pass by my screen. Thanks for the game. That was fun.
That was a good time.
That was fun.
And thank you to your wife for putting that together with Dana as well.
Operation Welcome to This Century.
Oh, and also she titled the email she sent me, Questions for People Who Live in Caves.
Well, we want to shout out Jimmy at Stephen Cabinets. His son passed a year ago, and he let us know August is Overdose Awareness Month and wanted us to mention a celebration of life and an overdose awareness event this Sunday, noon to 6 at the U.S. Bank lot on Broadway in Emerson in North Minneapolis. We're very sorry to hear about your loss, and we appreciate you making us aware of that event. Our best to you, and have a good event on Sunday. I love Lake Life Jesus. Text a happy 32nd to his amazing RN daughter, Kaylee. Happy birthday to number 1 white boy Jesus. And one more time, so we're off until Tuesday. But Apple Ford Apple Valley, they're throwing their money away on perhaps the most expensive in-person radio promotion in the tragic saga of bargain basement broadcasting. Join me and Nick 11 to 1 again this Saturday. They're having a Labor Day sale. Big savings on vehicles, giveaways, all that kind of stuff, food trucks, and it'd be nice to hang out. We've got this extended vacation, so if you want to, quote, keep it going, please come join us in Apple Valley on Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.